Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on Cool FM Live for bonus football today. Today we are in Benson, Arizona, Saturday morning football as the Benson Bobcats are hosting the Catalina Trojans. I'm Dave Davies, no Paul Quarter today. Special guest broadcaster with me, Logan Seeley. Logan, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm definitely excited to watch this game today. It's going to be an important region game for Benson.
Yeah, after Bisbee's win last night, nobody's allowed to slip up anymore, so the Benson Bobcats are going to have to stand on business today and take care of the Catalina Trojans. Shouldn't be too hard. Catalina coming in here with a 1-5 record today. Benson has just gotten stronger and stronger as the season has gone on. So, yeah, looking forward to a good game. Hopefully not too competitive because we're here for the Bobcats.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that Tombstone-Bisbee game coming up next week. Obviously, this is going to be an important region game. So we have Benson coming up playing Wilcox next week. Tombstone playing Bisbee next week.
Yes, sir.
So if Tombstone can catch a win, they can possibly catch a region title. But obviously, Bisbee's going to be a tough team for Tombstone to try to play. So this game is going to be important for the region, for Benson to stay in this region race, obviously.
The way the rankings are shaking out right now, Wilcox was at 11 going into this week. They had a big win last night over Palo Verde. So Benson and Wilcox, it's looking like that game is going to set up next week to determine one of these teams is going to the playoffs.
Definitely. I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to play out. Obviously, we could have all the Cochise County teams in the two-way playoff, and that's kind of something I've been eyeing all year.
That would be exciting. So we're just about ready to go here. We're going to get this Bobcat intro, and then we're going to start thanking the people that make this broadcast possible for you on Cool FM Live. It is a little windy today, and we're going bare bones, so folks, bear with the audio. We will do our best for you, as we always do. Yeah, Saturday morning football. You don't see this too often, but again, there's a referee shortage right now, so folks, if you got nothing better to do, get out there and volunteer your time and go watch some football for free. Well, you actually get paid for it, but you know what I mean.
I always like watching Benson's intro. Normally, seeing as it's a Saturday, the crowd's a little thin today, but Benson's always packed, and their band's always going to be playing, and their band's not here tonight, so it might be a little bit quiet in the stands.
Yeah, not the normal football atmosphere that we're used to. Last time I was here in Benson, Arizona, the line was going out of the park through the second quarter. Benson does like to make us wait for it. Anticipation builds as it always does with the Benson Bobcats. And here come the Benson Bobcats. So folks, I'm going to start thanking the people that make this broadcast possible for you to watch free on Cool FM Live. Allow me to thank Carol Pearson, the Haymore Real Estate Group. Carol Pearson is voted #1 realtor in Benson the last 3 years running. She's also a military relocation professional and an accredited buyer's representative. Give Carol Pearson a call, 520-977-5328. I also thank you to Feed Your Chi, a holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or give them a call, 520-720-8569. Excuse us, folks, national anthem time. National anthem's been sung. That means the captains are about to meet in the middle of the field, and we're about to get it on. A couple of comments already in the chat. Donald Wallace saying Saturday high school football. Yeah, Coach Wallace, there's a referee shortage right now in Cochise County, so they had to reschedule this game for this morning. And Gerald Morgan saying hello. Hello, Gerald Morgan. Also, I'd love to continue to thank the people that make this possible. We're thanking the SSVEC for serving our community. Thanks to the Morse Automotive Group. They're going to be sponsoring all the drive recaps that we have today. Thank you to the EHTELL team at Realty, proud to support their young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make sure EHTELL team and your Realty are your place to go. Thanks to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. Thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital. They have a new physical therapy department open in Hereford, as well as their one in Bisbee and Douglas, providing the highest level of patient care. Make an appointment with a doctor today. Thank you to Vista Sonic Drive-In. They have Wacky Pack Wednesdays kid meals for $2.49. Well, my friend Logan here probably need like 4 of those. Thanks to Big Mike and All Pro Pest Management, putting the boot on bugs for the last 15 years. Thank you to Ginger's Title Services in Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you to TMB Tire Services based in Wilcox. I will need them because I just blew a tire on the way to the stadium. So go out and see Mark Teeters, 2060 North Haskell Avenue for all your tire needs. His phone number is 520-766-5550. Thank you to Sierra Vista Medical Group, doctors, nurses, and caregivers dedicated to getting you back to the community you love. Connect with a provider today at svmedicalgroup.org. And thank you to Saguaro Air Solutions. For guaranteed honest service, choose Saguaro Air Solutions, locally owned and operated, offering heating, cooling system servicing, repair, replacement, and certified duct cleanings. So give them a call to learn about their furnace specials. That's it. Let's do some football, Logan. So you've got to watch the Benson Bobcats a couple of times this year already. What have you taken away from them?
I mean, obviously the first game. So I was watching them play Phoenix Christian. Their offense had a bit of a slow start in the first half. I think they only scored once, and that was a pick six from Dawson Judd. So I think last week it was definitely great to see their offense. And weirdly enough, I was counting how many plays it took them to score. In every drive, it took them 4 plays or less to score.
Oh, wow.
So they were going essentially 3 plays down the field and then scoring from the 20, rushing the ball in. So they had a field day last week on the offensive side of the ball, so we're going to see if they can try to keep that up this week. And the way it shaped out last week, hopefully they're coming off some momentum, getting a region win last week against Santa Rita, a team Tombstone beat last night.
Well, yeah, I mean, I won't do that to you, but yes, everybody beats up on poor old Santa Rita. Now, I do have a number 9 on the field for the Benson Bobcats, and not on my roster. Do you know who that is?
I'm not fully sure.
I'm assuming that is Dawson Judd.
I do believe so.
I see number 5 on the sideline, though.
I do believe that is Dawson Judd on the side, or taking the captain spot. I can tell by his rim protector. Normally that's kind of an iconic look for him. So that's kind of how I tell him apart. And his short sleeves.
So the Benson Bobcats are ready for Catalina. Again, Catalina not having their best season, 1-5. They're looking for a little positivity, but I don't think they're going to find it today in Benson, Arizona.
So earlier in the season, I was a little mixed up with Catalina. Obviously, they played a bit closer of a game against Bisbee than I thought they would. So I didn't know if they would have a squad going into this year, because obviously that game was early in the year. So now watching their season unfold, to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed because I've watched Catalina throughout the years. I played at Tombstone my freshman year. So playing against them, they didn't have a squad then. And now hopefully they can try to put something together, I guess.
Yeah, again, that's a tough ass coming down to Benson, Arizona, especially for a Saturday morning game. So everybody's equilibrium a little off right now. It used to being under the Friday night lights in the packed house. So a little different environment today in Benson, Arizona. But a little windy out there against the police folks. Bear with the audio today. We are bare bones, guerrilla style, old school style.
Yeah, so it looks like Benson's going to kick the ball off and Catalina's going to be back to return. And last week, Benson kicked the ball off, got a fumble recovery on the first play of the game. So we'll see if that's what happens here too.
Happy to be back in Benson, Arizona. We will be here Friday night for our Cochise County game of the week as the Benson Bobcats will host the Cochise Cowboys in a playoff relevant matchup. Benson first is going to have to stand on business today and take care of Catalina.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a big game to shape up their game next week and see how they can come out firing next week. I know Wilcox is going to be watching this game on film.
Oh, yo, 100%. So are you planning to do the Tombstone game next week?
Yes, sir. Tombstone Bisbee.
Yeah, we'll get to enjoy the
sir.
show. This is some fun quarterbacks, but let's do some Bobcat football. He's going to kick that thing off over the head. Let's see if it stays in bounds. And it does roll into the end zone for the touchback. That ball was flirting with the out-of-bounds line, but holds its pace. Stays, so it will be a touchback. Catalina's going to get the ball first, as my friend Logan said.
Yeah, Benson's defense this year has played lights out, to be honest.
Absolutely.
They've really been carrying the load when sometimes the offense can't produce. So I'm excited to see what the Benson defense does. Last week, I think they only allowed 2 first downs. So it's going to be exciting to see if they can keep that up as well.
Yeah, as we were talking about, all the teams in this section that aren't in Cochise County. Cochise County is just dominating all these other teams right now. Palo Verde, Santa Rita, Catalina, they're all just getting the work. And Catalina's going to be the next victim for Cochise County football. But yeah, keep an eye on number 11, Harley Van Warmer, having a big year this year.
For the Trojans, number 5, Joseph Martinez.
Joseph Martinez, quarterback number 5. That's going to be a handoff to the right side. And that's a big run to open the game. Oh, no. Catalina is going to open this thing with an 80-yard touchdown. What just happened, Logan?
It looked like those linebackers bit up on a fake down the middle. And so, as a linebacker, obviously, you'd never want to do that. And I think that's just a miscommunication. So, obviously, hopefully that doesn't set the tone for the rest of the game.
Wow, 80-yard run to open the game. Did not see this one coming. So 6-0 Catalina. Wow. That's all I got to say about that. We had a lot of big plays last night. We're going to open the day with a big one as well.
Yeah, so
they're going to line up to go for 2, Logan.
Yeah, that's kind of a theme I've seen throughout a lot of teams in this region. Obviously, some of them don't have as good of a kicker, so they're going to line up to go for 2. And Catalina's roster is a bit smaller than Benson.
I noticed that.
So it looks like they're not going to have a kicker.
Martinez is going to keep that. He's not going to get the 2-point conversion. Benson sniffs that out like a fart in a car. So it's going to stay 6-0 Catalina over Benson very quickly.
On that 2-point attempt, that's really what I'm used to seeing out of Benson. Getting pressure in the backfield early, and their D-line getting a lot of early penetration right on the snap. So hopefully that's kind of what's going to happen. And Catalina's on the board 6-0. So their defense has already given up a touchdown. You know their coach is fired up right now. So he's going to try to get some momentum into this defense and coach this offense up to get another score on the board and try to take the lead here.
Unfortunately, the running back was so fast, I didn't get his number.
I believe it was number 20 for the Trojans.
Number 20, if that was correct, that's going to be Levi Samuels. But 6-0 Catalina, and about the most shocking start that I can imagine to this game. I thought this was going to be a one-way ticket to Bootyville for the Catalina Trojans, but they had other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a region game and it's a Saturday, so it's a bit of a toss-up. Seeing as, I mean, region games are important as they are, but Saturday games are going to throw you completely out of the mix. So it looks like Catalina really took that extra day to prepare.
Yeah, it's a shocking start to this game. So Catalina's going to kick this off to the Benson Bobcats. And like Logan said, the coach is probably a little fired up right now. He's going to want to get this one back in a very big way. Only 15 seconds off the clock. That's going to be a kick right up the middle. It's going to be fielded at around the 15. Oh, ball's on the ground to get on it. He does. That's going to be the 18-yard line where the Benson Bobcats will start their first possession of the game.
I'm excited to see what this offense does. I mean, Flint Davis, he's been playing lights out this year down the middle. He's been a great power back, but he's also really fast on the edge. So it's great to see him get loose in the open field, but also be able to run it down the middle and really power down these teams. And Benson always has an O-line. That's something you can never really lack in Benson football.
Oh yeah, Benson's big on the lines, and with Flint, like you said, you add a spark to Flint and it makes fire. Dawson Judd is number 5. So, oh no, he's number 9 today. Okay, so number change for Dawson Judd. Judd is going to hand it off to Flint. Flint's going to get about 3 very well-earned yards up the middle, 2nd and 7.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. He's a strong back down the middle, so you give him the ball, and he's guaranteed to get yards. And it looks like he got 5 yards.
Oh yeah, they gave him a couple more than I gave him. So yeah, 2nd and 5. Judd is going to be in shotgun, 3 left, 1 right. Flint in the backfield with a man in motion. It's going to be Jason Santo. Dawson Judd's going to roll out to his left. He's going for the whole thing. He's got Santo wide open through the hands of Jason Santo. Dawson Judd dropping dimes early.
And that's kind of been something I've also seen is dropped passes from Benson. So they're going to try to clean that up this week because next week they do have an important game like we're saying. So that's kind of been a theme I've also seen. Unless it's a little dunk pass or a little rollout pass, some of these passes aren't completed unless it's a really deep shot in clutch time.
So that's going to lead us to 3rd and 5. Judd's back in shotgun. He spends a lot of his time in shotgun. He's going to hand that off to Flint. Flint's going to bust it at the right side. Flint's got the first down and then some up to the 37-yard line. New set of downs for the Bobcats.
And he's a tough runner. He's wrapped up, and he's going to continue to reach for yards. He's going to be wrapped up for about 6 yards and keep fighting. And he's going to break a tackle while wrapped up. And that's something I really like to see as a running back. Obviously, I feel like I can relate to him.
Oh, we have a lot of good running backs here in Cochise County. This guy likes football so much, he's still playing it out here doing broadcasts with me. It's going to be man in motion for the Bobcats. Judd's going to roll out to his left. Looking to throw the ball. He's got a man. That's going to be a complete for about 6 pass.
About 6 on the play. We'll bring up seconds.
And that's David Harris on the reception.
And that's going to be a rollout pass. Like I'm saying, they're going to throw these little dump routes, little quick outs, and they're going to get these safeties to bite up. And it looks like they're in a cover 2, so getting these safeties to bite up won't be hard.
2nd and 4 for the Bobcats. Santo in motion. Judd's rolling back to back. His heavy pressure, and he is going down. Big sack over there for Catalina. Number 6, Israel Remus with the sack. So that's going to make it 3rd and long. Judd didn't see him coming. He was unblocked.
That's something I really haven't seen often this year, too, with this Benson O-line. Giving up sacks, giving up some free releases. So they're going to also try to put that together and try to get some stuff together.
Yeah, Benson is shocked right now. 3rd and long. Nobody in the backfield with Judd. They're going to try to get at least half of this back to make it a go-for situation. Judd's going to evade the rush. He evades the pressure. Judd's going upfield. Judd's got the first down. The kid is a magician. Judd's across the 50 into Trojan territory. First down, Bobcats.
Dawson Judd is what I would say probably one of the best examples of a dual-threat quarterback. He's quick on the edge, but he also has a cannon and can deliver. I remember seeing him during the summer for the first time. I was like, dang, who is that kid? That kid's going to be a stud this year.
Yeah, he has taken over Benson Bobcat football. This is his team now. New set of downs for the Bobcats after that big 3rd and long play. Judd's going to take the ball, hand that right off to Flint Davis, who's going up the middle for about 5 yards. This will make it 2nd and 5.
And I believe Flint Davis is averaging like 6 yards a carry this year. So giving him the ball down the middle is going to be an automatic gain.
Very happy to have my friend Logan Seeley with me here today. Thank you for joining me.
2nd and 3 for the Cats.
Working solo's tough. You've learned that.
Yes, sir.
2nd and 5. Judd is looking for, he doesn't like what he sees. Rolls to his right. Oh, throws an interception. Oh my goodness, an auspicious start here for the Benson Bobcats. That's going to be intercepted by number 10. Oh, let's go. Adalberto Torres. So that's going to get Catalina the ball back on the 31-yard line. 9:19 on the clock in the first quarter. A shocking start.
I think that's the first interception I've seen Dawson Judd throw this year, covering the games.
I haven't seen one.
And so it's definitely out of character for him, and it's out of character for this Bobcats team. So he's over there going to beat himself up on the sideline, but he's going to look forward to the next drive, obviously. and that's all he really can do right now.
Yeah, all of a sudden with a start like this, Benson, now it's just one play at a time. Let's get our feet under us. So Catalina Trojans are going to take the ball back on the 31-yard line. Joseph Martinez is coming. He puts a man in motion. They're going to hand that off. That was number 20. You're right. He's going to get no gain on that. There's the best defense we expected.
That's exactly what I've seen all year, getting pressure in the backfield. And it looks like they really picked up some slack after the one-play score last drive. So now they're going to apply this pressure to the running back.
Some kind of confusion out there. Not quite sure. Catalina is in the huddle. And the commissioner's in the house today, so we might have a lot of confusion. We'll see.
Yeah, they have Willie reffing, and I always like watching Willie ref. I mean, he talks to the players. He's fun to be around.
Well, and he likes to warn them before he throws the penalty flags. But that's a handoff up the middle, very close to the first down marker. They're going to give them the first down. So Catalina Trojans coming down here for some upset sauce today.
And that's a hard formation to defend. Obviously, they're running a bunch of misdirections, keeping that running back open for the sweep and keeping him open for the option. So we could see a few quarterback keeps tonight this afternoon, going for
I know, right?
Going for a few more yards than they normally would.
Yeah, very unusual playing a high school football game at noon on a Saturday. Catalina with a very tight formation, 3 in the backfield. He's going to hand it up to the first one. He's going to get, and we have a flag coming out right away. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a legal formation, I believe.
Flag on the play.
Flag came out very quickly, so usually a procedural penalty on the offense. That is a procedural penalty against the offense. That's going to move them back 10 yards. 1st and 20.
Yeah, so those penalties are obviously a drive killer, starting 10 yards behind the sticks. So that basically eliminates the run game. So now we're going to see if this quarterback can try to air it out or try to get more yards on the runs than they've been averaging so far.
They're going to go with that same power formation. How much they trust the arm of Joseph Martinez. He's going to try to roll it out there. Nothing waiting for him there. Andrew Workman was waiting for him. What happens? That's going to be a big sack, making a second and a Bobcat mile.
And that's a key thing. Obviously, against this offense, they're playing really tight in the box. So you're going to have to stack the box and get a lot of pressure in there before they can make a play. And that's exactly what Andrew Workman just did, getting early pressure and getting through the line and getting that quarterback before he could roll out.
Big loss on that play. Benson Bobcat defense is not enough.
And now,
go ahead, Logan.
Now it looks like they're really getting pressure. Now it looks like they're playing Bobcat defense like I've seen all year.
So, second, and as I said, a Bobcat mile for Catalina. They're going to have to throw this ball at some point. That's going to be a false start on Catalina. That's not going to help them at all. Let's make this a little further.
And that's going to move them back about another 5 yards. And they can't afford that right now. The first down is in Benson territory.
Yes.
And now they're marched back to the 20.
So 2nd and 31 for Catalina. This is more of what I was expecting. A little shocking start here. Man in motion. He is going to hand that off. Oh, he gets it. A nice little hole up the middle for about a 10-yard game, but that doesn't matter. It's going to be 3rd and 20 plus.
Yeah, now they're just going to try to take chunks out of this first down. And it looks like their running back is going to stay down for a little bit. So he might be getting beat up a little bit this game, carrying a bit of the workload here.
Yeah, Levi Samuel is already getting heavy work. Actually, he's already over 100 yards with that 80-yarder to start.
Yeah, it looks like he's due for a pretty solid statistic game.
Yeah, get an 80-yarder to house to open. Yeah, you're going to end up looking with some really good stats. So I'll get 5:47 and ticking here.
And regardless of the score, even with his stats, I mean, teams are going to look at him and be like, dang, that guy's going to be a running back. So, I mean, this could be an intimidation factor for the Trojans going into their next few games.
Yeah, he is only a junior as well. Man in motion for 3rd and 20. Back to Samuel. Oh, boy, that kid is a running back. You're not lying. That's going to make it 4th and 8, but I still do not see Catalina going for this on their own side of the field.
No, definitely not. And he's getting this ball, and he's cutting quick. He's making his decision quick through which hole he's going to go through. And I don't know if that's due to the line or if he's just got really good vision and he can see the holes opening as they're opening.
Doesn't look like they brought on a punt team. I would be shocked to see Catalina go for this. You did not want to give Dawson Judd the ball inside the 50-yard line.
Definitely. This Benson offense, I mean, they've been rolling. They're coming off some wins.
They are going for this. So let's see it. Come on, Bobcat defense. 4th and about 7. That's a false start. And that's going to make it 4th and 12. And now they can punt the ball.
And they were trying to give the ball to number 20 again. And so we're going to see if they're going to try to punt here. And that's what it looks like they're doing, pretty much taking everybody out.
Yeah, they're pretty risky going for it. That might actually be a good thing for Catalina that was a false start and they could punt this ball, because if they didn't get that, like I said, giving Dawson Judd a short field is not a good thing.
And they are going to bring their punter in, but they're going to try to overload this side and see if they can get some free releases to get this guy early.
Oh, Logan killing it already. Somebody brought their A game today. Man in motion on a punt. I see that twice in 2 days now. Oh, they're going to fake it. Oh, boy. Hey, he's not even going to come close to that first down. Dawson Judd and company are going to get the ball back on the 46-yard line. Little trickeration from the Catalina Trojans. I don't know if they needed it. They're up 6-0.
It looked like that punter had some wheels coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But I keep forgetting how quick this Benson defense is and how quick they are to get to the ball and attack.
Thank everybody for joining us on Cool FM Live today for Bonus Saturday Football. Dave Davies here with Logan Seeley, guest broadcaster. So here comes the Bobcat offense. Great field position. Now, can we get this thing started, Benson? Let's go, baby. Oh, nice play design. He's going to be an end around to Workman. Oh, heavy leather being laid. Only a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that was a hit. He was wrapped up, and they came downfield like a true linebacker and laid a boom on Andrew Workman. But, he's a tough player. He can take hits like that all game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Man, football season goes so fast. Only a couple weeks left here before the playoffs. Benson cannot afford to slip up to Catalina, so they're going to have to turn this around and win this game. Judd hits shotgun. He's got pressure. He's going to avoid the pressure. He's going to go all the way to a wide open. Oh, my goodness. Everybody down there was wide open. Workman and Flint Davis, and just nobody. The ball just didn't find anybody.
And it looked like they were a bit confused on really who that pass was going to. And I know that's a killer. Well, obviously, they were wide open, so that's a great sign. Like I said, these safeties are going to start to pull up, and that's what it looked exactly like they were doing. They had 3 open, 30 yards down the field, so that's going to be hopefully a theme for the day, and Dawson Judd can get over 200 yards, maybe 300 yards passing tonight.
Yeah, they were wide open on that play, so hopefully. This timeout is brought to you by the Carol Pierce of the Haymore Real Estate Group. You can give Carol a call, 520-977-5328. She is voted best realtor in Benson in the last 3 years. So if you're in the market to buy or sell your home, give Carol a call. Again, 520-977-5328. Also, a big shout out to Feed Your Chi, a holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or give them a call, 520-720-8569. Also, thank you to Saguaro Air Solutions. They have furnace special installation and duct cleaning specials available right now. Give Saguaro Air Solutions a call, 520-699-4237.
Yeah, so Benson's going to break the timeout here after a big mishap. Obviously they're going to really play Benson football, and it's going to be a long 3rd down. So I believe they're going to try to pass the ball here on probably a quick little out route to get the 1st down.
Yeah, Dawson Judd's got to be. Everybody was open on that last play, so that is pretty promising for the future for the Bobcats. But right now, they have a 3rd and 8 to worry about. Judd calls for the ball, quick out, And that's going to be an instant flag on the field. He's going to get about 5 yards on it, but we're going to have to see what this penalty is. They normally blow it dead for offside, so I'm not sure.
If that's on the defense, I mean, that's a free play, and that's great awareness by Dawson Judd. But if it's on the offense, that's going to back them up. And I don't know if they're going to try to punt or take a shot and try to get a first down.
Yeah, that's a coach killer if that's on the offense. .337 on the clock in the first quarter, 6-0. Shockingly, Catalina over Benson. They're going to wave off the flag. So that is going to make it 4th and about 4.5. I'm pretty sure Benson's going to leave the offense out there in Trojan territory, and yes, they are. So big 4th down coming up for the Bobcats.
Bring up 4th down and about a long 4 for the Cats.
Judd is going to take the snap. Quarterback keeper to the left side to see if Judd can get the first down. You know he's going to. Dawson Judd powers his way down to the 29-yard line. First down, Bobcats.
And that kid can make a cut in the open field. And that's something I've really noticed about him, is he's so hard to bring down as a linebacker. You have to break down. But whenever you break down, you have no idea where he's going to go.
Paul Corder in the chat saying, windy day, tough to pass to that wind. You know, this is my first broadcast, other than my first broadcast, with somebody other than Paul.
Really?
It is. I think it's going seamlessly. Dawson Judd's going to take that snap, roll to his right, looking to throw. He's got another wide open player, and he catches it on the sideline at the 3-yard line, out of bounds. First and goal, Bobcats. What a beautiful fishing catch.
And that's what I've been waiting to see. It's hard to cover these receivers in man, but there is going to be a flag on the sideline, and it looks like it's going to be holding on Benson, so that might be coming back.
Oh, heartbreaker. Raleigh Evans had a nice toe-tap catch on the sideline.
And that's great awareness by him, knowing where the sideline is. Obviously, I mean, he had a few yards of clearance, but he's going to lose the yards for the stats on that.
Oh, and that's going to make it 1st and 20 for the Bobcats. Going full Plaxico Burrs, shooting themselves in the foot. They were at 1st and goal on the 3, but the unnecessary hold is going to bring them back.
And that definitely sucks. I mean, obviously you had a corner route wide open, and it looks like they really could keep trying the pass game.
Yes, sir. That is, all of them are wide open down there.
These corners aren't playing the right zone. They're messing up on easy things. So it's going to leave these receivers open all day.
So it's going to make it 1st and 20 for the Bobcats. 3:04 here in the first. 6-0. Catalina on top.
First and 20 for the Cats.
Judd, we're going to get a lot of that back. Good protection on this one. There we go. He's got Raleigh Evans. Raleigh Evans breaks out to the left side. Raleigh Evans is gone. Tickety touchdown. Tickety Bobcats. What a play by Raleigh Evans.
And that's what I've been waiting to see. He caught the corner out. He's still fired up. He's going to take a tunnel screen, a design play for him to get the ball in the open field. And he's going to take it all the way across the backside of the field and just outrun everybody on the defense.
So I hope Catalina enjoyed that lead that they had for about 2 seconds, because it is over. Benson Bobcats have finally arrived.
And this kicker, he's not going to miss this. He's pretty much automatic. I didn't see
this
I
Wayne
haven't
Stark?
seen him miss. I believe so. I haven't seen him miss a kick all year.
Oh, but except the snap's on the ground. He's going to try to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Gets the ball out of his hands. He actually had him open in the end zone, but they're not going to be successful. That's going to stay 6-6. So Catalina can still feel good about themselves for the moment, until Benson gets the ball back and scores again.
And by now, honestly, I thought it would probably be about 20-something to nothing. So it's a bit uncharacteristic of Benson, obviously, getting their offense started a bit late. We're almost 10 minutes into the first quarter, and they're just now getting started.
And Paul Busy-Corner back in the chat, and I was telling Logan about this. Yes, Busy, that is the commissioner on the field. And I knew with the referee shortage exactly who it was going to be today. So far, so good, but let's not count our chickens here, because we know what's coming.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Catalina's had more penalties called on them. Obviously, Benson had that holding call, but it really didn't matter. I mean, they scored on the next play. So these flags don't look like they're going to kill Benson so far. But these flags have been killing Catalina, and it killed their last drive.
That touchdown was brought to you by the Sierra Vista Medical Group. Doctors, nurses, and caregivers who are dedicated to getting you back to the community you love. Connect with a provider today, svmedicalgroup.org. With that being said, Benson's going to kick this thing back away to Catalina, tying it up 6-6.
Back to receive the kickoff.
He jinxed that kicker, by the way. That's going to be a short kick, and hands team is good on that. He's going to try to return that. Not the smartest idea. He's going to go down at the 40-yard line, where Joseph Martinez and company will take over the ball.
And Benson's kickoff coverage has been elite all year. I think they've only allowed at max maybe a 15-yard kickoff return. So kicking the ball off, it's a sure shot that they're going to defend that and try to keep it in the other team's territory. So there's nowhere they can really go on kick returns.
Yes, busy talking about the calls that were made on the holding call in Benson. Yes, you're right. Phantom is a good word. We are Halloween, so yes, Phantom. We're at Halloween time. And that's how much we love football. Even though he couldn't be here, he's still watching and supporting. Everyone wants to watch Benson. His man in motion. But that's inside handoff. It's going to fall forward for a yard, maybe. So 2nd and 9.
And Benson really picked up their defense after the first drive, putting in a bunch of pressure in the middle. And I just don't think they were ready for that formation. Maybe it's a formation they haven't seen on film at all yet, or something like that. So now they're making a bunch of adjustments. They've got a great defensive coordinator for Benson. So now they're really applying the pressure to this Trojan offense.
Hey, Logan, while I have Paul's attention here in the chat, do you live in Sierra Vista?
Yes, sir.
Can I get a ride home with you?
I'm actually going to Wilcox after this. I'm going to Apple
At
Annie's.
halftime, you might want to get in your car and drive down here if you want to co-broadcaster for Thunder Mountain Wrestling, because I don't have a tire. Man in motion. Benson, heavy pressure up front, and he never had a chance. Joseph Martinez going down.
He rolled back, and if this was the NFL, he would have fumbled it. He fumbled it coming down, but luckily his knee was already down. He dropped down to the ground.
3rd and 12.
Again, this is pretty much more of what I was expecting out of this game. Catalina shocking everybody with an 80-yard opening tutter. But now the offense is struggling. They're going to have to throw the ball eventually with Martinez. They cannot run it every play. If they do, they're not going to be successful. Benson is ready for it. Single high safety for the Bobcats. They got everybody up. And there's not a wide. There's one wide receiver split out. So this will be a running play, and it won't be a successful one. Man in motion. Quarterback keeper and sit down. Oh, I got to get the name on that one.
That's number 44 for the Bobcats.
Abraham Figueroa.
He's been one of those names that I would call out throughout the game, making big plays. And he's a great DN. I mean, he contains well. He gets his penetration, then sits, and that's exactly what you need out of a DN.
Oh, Logan, you're killing it today, brother. You're killing it. So here comes the punt team. And as we know, in 2A football, they put the special in special teams. So we'll see if Benson can get their hands on this ball.
And they're going to have 6 out wide to block and run the protection. So they're going to motion that guy to block.
And the punt is off, but it's not the greatest one. So that ball is going to rest at, it takes a little bit of a Trojan bounce down to the 37-yard line where Dawson Judd will come back onto the field and take over.
Yeah, so obviously, I mean, his arm is what kind of led them down the field last drive. So we're going to see if they can change it up and get the run game going.
Paul, Pizzy Quarter, apparently thinks it's funny that I blew a tire on the way out here. I always tell him that I can drive sometimes, and he never lets me, and that's why. Because my car, like half of the teams in our region, is junk. Don't mind me, I say silly things. So here comes Dawson Judd and company. Very tight formation, trips bunch right. Nobody in the backfield. He's going to put Davis in motion. He's going to roll to his right. He doesn't have the short route. He does have the intermediate route. Oh, but the ball's on the ground. And that's going to be a fumble and Catalina Trojan football.
And that's something I really haven't seen out of David Harris, is dropping passes wide open. he's been probably their most consistent receiver. So you know he's going to beat himself up a little bit, and you can see his team picking him up, and that's really what Benson's all about, is picking their teammates up and playing hard-nosed football. And that's exactly what their defense is more than likely going to do right now, is play hard-nosed football and attack the football.
Oh, this will be negative plays for Catalina, but that being said, Benson Bobcats can't get out of their own way right now. He was wide open for what's going to be at least a 20-yard gain, and this ball just slipped right out of his hands.
Yeah, and that's...
Obviously didn't have pancakes for breakfast.
And that's exactly what I mean. I hate to see it, but these are mishaps that could possibly kill Benson. Like, if they happen to make the playoffs, these are mishaps that could kill their playoff run. So hopefully they can get these out of the way early if they do make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, you know, and you're not wrong. If you're going to make these mistakes, Catalina's the team to do it against. You make these mistakes against Wilcox, and they'll own you. So Benson's got to shore this thing up before next Friday. I mean, I'm assuming that Benson's going to come out of this game with this victory. Catalina doesn't look like they can do anything with the ball. But so far, we still have a tie ball game, so I'm not going to count any chickens right now.
Exactly. And everybody knows playoff football is a little bit different. It's a different environment. Everybody's hyped up. So playing Benson hyped up, that's a definite scary thing, and it looks like they'll probably be on the road if they do make the playoffs. So playing a hyped up Benson team on the road is going to be a little scary.
Paul Pizz's quarter asked me how Catalina scored. It was the very first play of the game after a touchback, an 80-yard run to open the game. Shocking start to the game.
And this is going to start the second quarter, and it's going to be tied 6-6, something I really wasn't expecting coming into this.
No, I don't think anybody was. 5 minutes ago, it was like a football game in Benson, Arizona. Now it's quiet as a church. But Catalina's going to take this ball back over right now on the 48-yard line in that power formation that they like. He's going to hit. Oh, and a big run. Number 20 is having himself a day.
He's gaining yards after yards after yards. And I know we're saying this offense isn't going, but it looks like he's one of the only highlights they have.
Yeah, he is. He is the offense. Levi Samuels, number 20, is the offense for the Catalina Trojans. They are not letting Joseph Martinez throw that ball at all. Every time he even looks like he's going to roll out, there's a Benson Bobcat in his face.
And it looks like he's a bit taller of a running back, too. So he's probably dropping his pad level drastically down the middle.
Martinez is going to hand that off up the middle. He sneaks forward. He is going to get the first down. That's going to move the chains, get him down to the 41-yard line in Bobcat territory.
And so now this offense is going to slowly kind of start to move down the field. And so Benson's going to really have to apply the pressure. Now they're in Benson territory. So they're defending home turf here.
Yeah, that Terror Finch real estate, trying to make sure that Catalina gets no more of it. So new set of downs for the Trojans. It's the quarterback keeper to the right side. He actually gets a couple of yards out of that, probably about 4. So 2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
And that outside linebacker came up, he attacked the block, and he got the tackle off the block. So that's going to be, obviously, I mean, Benson football right there, attacking the blocks, playing hard-nosed, and that's what he did.
Wind is dying down on us a little bit. Let's go ahead and keep it like that so everybody can hear my beautiful broadcaster's voice. You're doing a great job, by the way, on this whole broadcast. I was like, man, working by yourself is tough. We know. So 2nd and 6, handoff. He's going to get nothing on that.
And it looked like
Workman was waiting for him. Maybe a 1-yard gain.
He got the ball and was wrapped up as he got the handoff. Yes. So I'm a bit surprised that wasn't a fumble in the backfield.
Yeah, Andrew Workman was in that backfield with him. I think he was in the huddle. So 3rd and 5.
And one thing I will say about Benson, their linebackers are a bit smaller than what I'm used to seeing. Obviously, I'm used to seeing these 200-pound muscle heads, and that's not what I'm seeing. They're maybe about 180. But they're playing hard football, and they're playing like true linebackers.
Yeah, championship mentality in Benson, Arizona in all things. In baseball, they live in Tempe Diablo Stadium. Anything less than the semifinals is good enough for them. But new quarterback, new year. They're trying to get him back to the postseason. 3rd and 5, And he's going to hand that off. The flag comes out immediately. That's going to be on the offense. The commissioner doesn't play any games with his laundry. That's coming back.
And I believe that's going to be a false start on the offense. So that's going to move this ball back. And that's what killed Catalina last drive is penalty. So we're going to see if they can try to revive this drive.
Well, and again, one of the things that we know is with false starts, you're supposed to blow the play dead. So when you have a false start penalty, blow it dead so you don't accidentally get somebody hurt.
Right.
Commissioner. You know why we call him the commissioner?
He runs it.
No, because it's the same name as the person that's the commissioner in Batman.
Gordon.
Yes. Oh, no, you can't say it. It's like Beetlejuice.
Oh.
You say it 3 times and those flags will start coming out. Like Candyman, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, in Benson, their defense really did pick it up. And so I'm really proud of Benson to see it.
Yeah, we asked for football weather and we got it.
39 for the Trojans.
Whistle's blowing. 8:22 here in the second quarter. Again, these are long games with some of these crews.
Yeah, some of these games I was at the Bisbee Tombstone game, and that was a long game last year.
Oh, yes, it was. That's a handoff to the right side. Flint Davis there to wrap him up. So that's going to make it 4th and 10. They are in Bobcat territory, so we'll see if they choose to do some rambling gambling or just punt this thing away with a 6-6 game.
And I feel like right now, in the position they're in, they can afford not to punt the ball. Obviously, they're in Benson territory, and their punter really hasn't been punting very well.
Yes, sir.
So I feel like they can kind of afford to go for it here on 4th down, and they're probably going to try to give the ball to number 20 in the open field.
They don't call him the best color man of the game for nothing, folks.
And it looks like Benson really is keying in on number 20, seeing as he's their best player.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that was easily established in this game. Number 20 is the one you need to watch out for.
But, I think Benson, even an average Benson player, can still keep up with number 20 for Catalina. So, since the first play, that's something I really haven't seen is him break one loose.
That was a timeout by the Catalina Trojans. So that's going to give me an opportunity to thank T&B Tire Services. Mark Teeters, if you're watching, I need you. Help me. Based out of Wilcox, they specialize in tire sales and repairs for passenger vehicles, semis, and farm equipment. Go down and see Mark Teeters, 520-766-5550. That will be my next phone call after this broadcast. Also, thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Save the wait at the DMV. Thanks to Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, putting the boot on bugs for the last 15 years. Veteran owned and operated. You can find Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management on Facebook. Thank you to the Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In, once again reopened after a broken water main. Proud to sponsor our local youth sports coverage. Rocky Pack Wednesdays, they have kids meals for $2.49. And thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital, their new physical therapy department, well, not so new anymore, now open in Hereford, as well as their ones in Bisbee and Douglas, providing the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their physical therapy doctors today, 520-432-6435. Boy, it was a wild scene in Bisbee, Arizona last night, and this was the scene that brought it home. Bisbee winning the region for the first time in 61 years. The only way Bisbee loses the region is if they lose to Santa Rita, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bisbee wrapped up the region last night. They haven't won in 61 years. They are going to punt this ball. They're going to play the check. No, they're not. No, they are not going to fake it, and that's going to be a ball on the... Flag on the play. Get used to those words, my friends. You're going to hear them a lot.
And I want to see if that's going to be on Benson.
I don't think it was on anybody. I didn't see anything wrong with that particular play. I really try not to go hard on these guys anymore, but ineligible downfield. That penalty is going to be declined. I thought he called a personal foul.
I did too.
You never know, honestly. I really try to go easy, but you never know anymore. Offset, they did call a personal foul. So, ineligible downfield, which I did not see, and a personal foul, which I did not see. So we're going to do this thing again. 4th and 10 for Catalina Trojans. Did you see anything out there?
No, not at all.
Just curious. Yeah, we have a timeout. All right. Boy, oh boy, I hope you folks brought your lunch. They do have a concession stand here and a very good one in Benson, Arizona. We're going to need it. That does give me an opportunity to thank Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. Also, thank you to the Ed Morris Group. I forgot about the Ed Morris Drive of the Day by Dawson Judd. But to Raleigh Evans. But yes, thank you to the Ed Morris Group, formerly Lawely Automotive, now serving all of Cochise County. They will be supporting their community, giving you the best vehicle buying experience possible. Stop in today and experience the difference in the Ed Morris Automotive Group. And thank you to SSVEC for serving our community. Come on here. Crisis Energy Home Care. When you need to find care for someone you love, it's important that it feels right. Synergy provides non-medical home care for people who struggle with activities of daily living. Give them a call today, 520-685-2035. Get your care service started today.
So it's weird seeing this game 6-6 in the second quarter. It reminds me of the Tombstone game to open the year. Tombstone losing 6-8. So that's kind of what I'm getting glimpses of right now. I believe it was 7-6 actually, excuse me.
No, you're good.
So it is weird kind of seeing a low scoring game in the second quarter in Cochise County.
Well, and Paul Busy Quarter in the chat saying it's going to be a long game. Well, I'm glad that it's Jay. You know what? Things always work out for a reason. I'm glad it's Logan with me here today and not Paul, because when Paul and I get together, when we watch the commissioner, boy, it turns into a festival. Who can make more jokes? So, we're finally going to try to do this 4th and 10 again. 7:21 on the clock in the second quarter. Oh my good Lord. We don't have chairs, Logan.
And that's going to be a false start. I believe he went forward on the motion, so they're going to call that.
4th and 15.
Evans back to
Let's see if they actually punt this thing. I don't see them trying to fake this. And that is just going to be a line drive punt. It's going to get a big Trojan bounce. Oh, that thing's going to go all the way down to the 11-yard line where Benson will take over. 7:12 on the clock. 6-6 game here in Benson, Arizona.
And it looked like that punt really wasn't going anywhere. I mean, this punter really does not have a boot.
Which is really funny because, I mean, you have practices, you have summers, and a lot of these seasons don't have kickers.
Right.
So it's very odd.
Yeah, I mean, Benson would know a thing or two about kickers.
Yes.
I mean, their kick, obviously not having the best kicker, but he's really turned it around. Not having a best kicker, killed their game against Phoenix Christian, the comeback.
That's correct. Yes, we remember his own point. Yeah, you're talking about kickers. They have Wilcox coming in here, and I watched Ismael Cuevas last week kick a ball 60 yards. So Ismael can kick up a football.
Oh, yeah.
Dawson Judd, here we go. This first play of this possession, going to hand it off to Flint. Flint Davis going to get 5 hard yards, as he always does, 2nd and 5.
And yeah, Flint Davis, I mean, he's a power back. He's been a little bit quiet today so far.
So I think that's going to change at some point. Flint will break one.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he always does. It's kind of just an impending theme that a defense has to wait for, is Flint Davis to break one loose.
That bee has been hovering around us the entire game, but it hasn't bothered us. He just wants to hang out, watch some football. And Dawson Judd is going to keep that. He's going to get the first down. He is 4 for 4 on quarterback runs for first down today.
And he's got some legs, so I'm not surprised. I mean, he's a bigger quarterback, so sometimes he's going to be a bit harder to take down. But I still don't think he's the best rushing quarterback in Cochise County.
Oh, well, I mean, it's tough to supplant number 3. He runs for over 1,000 yards every season as a quarterback. And don't forget Avina Guerra down in Douglas as well. Dawson Judd looking, he avoids the pressure. He's gotten so good at doing that. And he's going to go in and hit him downfield for another first down. That's going to be Raleigh Evans on the catch for the first down.
And that's what Benson's offense has been all about, hitting these little checkdowns and hoping they can break them loose for more yards. They probably have more yards after the catch than they do deep yards.
Benson with some quick hitting. Judd calls for the ball. He's going to roll out to his left. He's got options. And he's got him wide open over the middle of the field. That's Flint Davis. No, it's not Flint Davis. That is Jason Santo. Near the first down marker. Looks like they're going to give it to him. Might as well, because they're going to get it either way.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. These Trojans, their zone coverage just isn't enough for this Benson receiving core.
Still 6-6 at the moment. That should be changing on this possession. Under 6 minutes and ticking here in the second quarter. Judd is going to take that roll out to his right. Good protection. Pass is not complete on the sideline. So David Harris unable to bring that one in. Second and 10.
And it looked like he was still breaking into his route. He wasn't ready for the ball to be thrown exactly when it was. So he didn't have time to turn his head around, flip his hands, and try to catch that on the sideline.
Second and 10 for the Bobcats. Judd's going to take that, hand it off to Flint Davis. Gets it down. Oh, he's still pushing the pile. Flint Davis carrying about 8 Catalina Trojans for the first down to the 42-yard line of the Trojans.
And he's probably one of the stronger running backs I've seen in the county and in the state from what I've watched. And so watching him carry that pile is pretty characteristic of what I've seen. Obviously, he has the help of some of the linemen, too. So Benson's power football.
Judd's going to take that roll to his right. Good protection. Wide open player. And David Workman is going to get that ball close to the first down marker. Looks like they might give it to him, and they do. Another first down, Bobcats. No, they didn't. They left it a yard short. Second and less than 1.
And that's characteristic of the offense. They have their bread and butter plays, and then they have the plays that they throw in trying to get this defense to bite.
Oh, he's going to play action, roll out. Oh, big pressure, and Dawson Judd is going down for a 10-yard sack back to the 41-yard line. Number 2 and number 6 on there. That's going to be Nathan Gastelum and Israel Rivas on the sack. So that's going to make it 3rd and 10. Down and distance not really an issue for Dawson Judd, but big negative play. Second time they've got to him.
And I thought he could try to escape the pressure. He was coming on the backside free, so I thought he would try to escape it. And it looked like he just got wrapped up by the linebacker coming in.
Uncharacteristic from this line, like you said. They don't really give up a lot of sacks. Play action. He's going to throw it back over to Flint Davis. They said the ball hit the ground. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
Yeah. That's going to be a killer for Benson. Now that's going to bring up 4th and 14 because they're going to say his knee dropped.
And they're going to send out the punting unit. So the Benson Bobcats still 6-6 against what it looks like the overmatched Catalina Trojans, but that doesn't change the scoreboard. Right? It looks like Benson is obviously probably the better team out there today, but it is 6-6. So Benson unable to finish the job on these drives.
And I'm surprised Catalina doesn't have number 20 back to return. They're probably trying to give him a little break.
You are not wrong. And there's a good punt from the Benson Bobcats down to the 6-yard line. Oh, but he makes the first 3 men miss, and that's going to be holding. That's going to go right back to where it started. Catalina could have had the ball on the 37-yard line, but it's going to be back on the 6.
And it takes a holding call to break this Benson special teams coverage.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And he still couldn't get it into Benson territory, so we're going to see how this pans out for the defense. Coming in, getting, I believe, a 3-and-out last drive. So here we go.
Oh, crazy times we're living in. Blew another tire on the way to a game. You're absolutely right, Biz. I'm going to stop driving my own car and knock it off. I did go see Mark Teeters and get me 4 new tires over at T&B Tire Service in Wilcox. What I need to do. That's what we have credit cards for. This break in the action is going to give me an opportunity to thank Feed Your Chi, a holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or give them a call, 520-720-8569. And Carol Pierce, I will tell you, unfortunately, your companies are not in the header because I blew a tire on the way to Benson, Arizona today, and we had to kind of get this thing fired up pretty quickly, so I do apologize for that, but I'm going to make sure I read you off several times. That's Kara Pierce at Haymore Real Estate, the best realtor in Benson, Arizona, 3 years in a row. Well, won the vote in a row. So that's going to back them way up. Catalina Trojans in the shadow of their own end zone. That's a false start that they did not call. But it doesn't matter because that's a negative play, ball on the 2-yard line.
And it looked like there was a fumble.
Oh, Benson thinks they have the ball.
And they're going to signal Benson got it.
Oh, the Bobcats get the ball on the 2-yard line. Exactly what the Benson Bobcats needed. So this game's 6-6 for only about another 45 seconds here.
And I knew that would either be a safety or a turnover. It's hard to work within 3 yards of your own end zone, especially against the Benson defense, who gets a lot of pressure down the middle. So a forced fumble is kind of what I was expecting.
Joseph Martinez is having a shaky start out there for the Catalina Trojans. Anytime it's not a running play to number 20, and again, I just met the kid. I know because he hates when I do that. But if it doesn't go to Levi Samuels, it's a negative play. So Dawson Judd's going to keep that. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw it in. Should have been an easy touchdown to Flint Davis, but right through the fingertips. So we're going to do the second and goal from the 2.
And I thought Dawson Judd might try to keep it.
I did too.
I mean, he was wide open. I can't blame him for throwing it.
Yeah, he was very wide open. Unfortunately, and again, uncharacteristic for Flint Davis. As Paul Pizzicorda said in the chat, Benson just looks sluggish. Like they're waiting for Wilcox. And like, you got to keep your eyes on the prize, as he said. Second and goal from the 2. Judd is going to keep that. Tiggity touchdown. Tiggity Bobcats. There it is. The Benson Bobcats take their first lead of the game. That's going to be 12-6. 2-point conversion incoming.
And now it looks like the Bobcats are going to try to get going here. And it's a little late, almost going into halftime. They're getting a late start.
Dawson Judd putting it on his back, saying, I've had enough of this. I expect the exact same thing right here. Quarterback keeper. He's going to roll it to his left. He's going to throw it through the hands of Jason Santo. So it's going to stay 12-6. But the Benson Bobcats taking their first lead of the game, 2:53 in the second quarter. 12-6, Benson over Catalina.
And I mean, starting sluggish. Normally you don't play Saturday morning since youth football. So getting up early, being at the school, getting your meal in, things like that, it's going to make your morning an early morning. So I'm starting sluggish. Could just due to them being tired from starting early, getting out of practice last night.
And the Ed Morse Automotive Group drive recap, that's just going to be second and goal from the 2. Dawson Judd, quarterback keeper. This game, of course, brought to you by SSVEC. Thank you for serving our community. Also, a big shout out to Synergy Home Care. Give them a call, 520-685-1035. Get your care service started today. They take care of your loved ones for you. If you need to go on vacation or need a couple days break, give Synergy a call. They will take care of your loved ones for you. They are the best at it.
And it looked like someone in the chat said Catalina's a lot better than they look. They've got some big boys over there.
Oh, that would be Coach Borquez in the chat. I don't know, Coach. Again, they have a running back, but that's about it. But Borquez knows better than me, and that ball's on the ground. Oh, and they barely get their hands on that thing at the 40-yard line. Now, Benson was about to take that ball back from him again. Yeah, Coach Borquez knows more about this than I do, so I will listen to his sentiments.
And it looked like he had like a half a second to get that ball into his hands, pulling it in just as the Bobcats were starting to close in and get that ball.
So Joseph Martinez and the Catalina Trojans have 2:49 on their clock to try to get something back. And they do have a running back, number 20, Levi Samuels. He has had a big game, over 115 yards of offense already for Levi.
Yeah,
I'm handling keeping him in this game.
I mean, he's had a breakout game so far. So hopefully he tries to, keep that going in the second half.
Obviously he doesn't. But yeah.
So
whenever we did Cochise County against Nanga, we were allowed to home.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little bit. But yeah, no, he is having a great game now.
I love Benson. I love watching Benson. So it's great to see their defense kind of picking up. And are they going to make them redo the kickoff?
Oh, again with this crew, it's always an adventure, I tell you.
The play looks like we're going to re-kick.
So they waited until 5 minutes after the play was over, decided that there was a penalty of some sort, and then we're going to do this thing again. We don't want to do this to you, but you do this to yourselves. Gosh darn it.
And so now they're going to kick the ball once again.
Is this your first time with the commissioner?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
I watched the Bisbee Tombstone game last year, but I wasn't broadcasting it. I was just there.
Yeah, we had a 4-hour game earlier this year. 4-hour high school football game.
Starts at the kick for the Bobcats.
And so we're going to redo this. He's going to field that one at the 26-yard line. Ball almost on the ground again. And that's up. He gets up to the 35, but that is it. First man tackling.
On the tackle, number 36,
Number
Jacob Hackett.
36 for the Benson Bobcats, Jacob Hackett out on the play. First man tackles. The Benson defense, no slouch.
Yeah, and this defense is really going to try to take over here.
Now 2:44. Did we need to re-kick it? Are you sure? Are we allowed to play? All right, 2:44 on the clock.
Yeah, so I mean, Benson here, they're manning up on these receivers. They haven't tried to pass the ball once, so now they're just going to stack the box and try to overload these players.
Yeah, I don't even know why the safety's back there because they are not throwing this football. Man in motion. That's going to be a handoff on an end around, but he's got nothing but negative yards waiting for him. That's going to be Harley Van Warmer, defensive stud for the Benson Bobcats. Negative 5 yards on the play.
And it's a little hard for me to pick out a stud on the defense for the Bobcats. I mean, they have a bunch of guys consistently making tackles in the backfield and making huge plays.
And Coach Morse is saying if you look past them the next week, they'll surprise you. Well, they did. They surprised everybody with an 80-yarder out of the gate. Shocking the Benson Bobcats to start this game because it's exactly what Pizzy said the same thing. It looked like they might be looking past Catalina to Wilcox. It's 12-6 now. Under 2 minutes and ticking. 2nd and 15. Man in motion. Martinez going to hand that. Oh, he's got a hole up the middle. And there he might be gone again. And there he goes again. Touchdown Trojans. What is going on? This kid is having a day.
And it looks like he's down in the end zone with what looks like possibly a knee injury.
Oh, no. Levi Samuels just broke another huge one, and he is down in a very bad way.
And I think that could have happened when they dove at him.
Oh, no.
And that's going to be a killer for Catalina.
Oh, I mean, we don't ever want to see anybody down on the field.
Definitely.
Yeah, he is down in a very bad way, and it is his right knee. Oh, my goodness. Oh,
yeah.
This is exactly what we hate to see, and yeah, you know right away. Oh, and the kid's having a day. He's at almost 200 yards, and we're not even at halftime. And yeah, like you said, that last dive, and oh, gosh darn it.
Yeah, that's definitely a shame to see. I mean, obviously he's still a junior, he's still young. So hopefully it's something small, maybe just a cramp. Maybe, I mean, there's a lot of things it could be.
I like your optimism, but unfortunately, I don't think that's what we're dealing with right now.
I mean, it looks like he's able to bend it. So, I mean, obviously that's a plus. I don't hear him up here yelling.
Yeah.
So,
when I shattered mine, you could hear me 3 miles away.
So it looks like hopefully it could be better than the
you.
worst.
But yeah, oh my God. We've had 2 ambulances so far this year on the field, and let's not make it a third. He's sitting
And he's
up.
starting to sit up.
Oh, he's a tough kid. He has no pressure on that leg.
And he's going to get up.
Oh, gosh, darn it. Oh, any chance that the Catalina Trojans had of winning this football game may be limping its way off the field right now because that kid is a monster.
Yeah, that's definitely a shame to see. I mean, he's the best player. He's their difference maker. He's going to be their utility box. So obviously, that's a tough blow.
Levi Samuels, if that's the last that we saw of you today, wow, what a game you had. I hope that is nothing too serious over there. Oh yeah, there's not a lot of pressure being put on his leg.
It's
terrible to see that.
Obviously, I mean, it's a good sign he was able to get himself up.
Yeah,
but I mean,
he didn't hear any screaming, so yeah. That being said, that's 12-12. Levi Samuel tied it up with another home run. And they're going to go for 2. They do not like their special teams. And Joseph Martinez, he's out there on an island now. Man in motion, they're going to try to get that up the inside, but that's not going to mark at all. That score is going to stay 12-12. 1:44 on the clock for the Bobcats to try to get a lead before halftime.
And now whoever's coming in at running back is going to have some really, really big size 18 shoes to fill.
Love it. You're killing it today, Logan. Killing it. I knew you would.
So Benson, I mean, the defense just crumbled on that last play.
Well, I mean, again, it's a one-man show over there for Catalina, Levi Samuel. But, the Benson defense uncharacteristically giving up 2 huge plays. We don't see that out of them.
And it's weird seeing these breakaway runs. I mean, they've been stuck in the middle the entire game, and then finally breaking one loose. They've been playing the long game. I think the coach knew kind of what was going to come. And so that's definitely a shame for the Bobcats.
Well, Dawson Judd has 1:44 to make it right. And he can chunk yards with the best of them. We saw a couple of drop passes out there already for the Benson Bobcats that could have been home run hitters, so we'll see.
Yeah, they're gonna have to clean up some of the drop passes if they're gonna try to march down the field and score with less than 2 minutes here.
The wind's picking back up. Apologize if we have audio issues. That's going to be a short kick to the... Oh, that ball's on the ground. Got to pick that up. He's going to pick it up on the 25 and return it. Oh, David Harris might have the edge. He does not have the edge. David Harris going down to the 26-yard line.
I thought he might get the edge there. He looked like he was running a little quick down to the sideline. And it looked like they just closed in on him a little quicker.
Probably should have turned it north-south a little sooner. Either way. Dawson Judd's going to have 1:37 in the ball. We'll see if they... I mean, that's plenty of time for Judd. So I don't see them just kneeling this thing out.
I mean, last week against Santa Rita, they were scoring in 30 seconds every drive.
Well, I mean, that comes with an asterisk. So Judd's going to roll out to his right.
Looks to pass.
He's looking. He's got a wide open man over there. That's going to be Raleigh Evans. So that's going to move the chains.
That'll move the chains for the kids.
But he was not out of bounds. That clock will start the moment that chain gets set.
And you really have to be alert of where the sidelines are in your 2-minute drill.
Yes. He's going to take that roll to his left. Judd's looking outfield. Another wide open player. That's going to be Jason Santo. Out of bounds in Trojan territory at the 42, and they're moving quickly.
And he's going to be able to get out of bounds, so this clock will stop.
Yeah, no hurry up on needed for this one for Benson. And folks, we will be taking a really quick break at halftime, but stick with us for the second half of this highly contested affair. Shockingly contested affair. Judd's rolling to his right, and the ball's on the ground again to Andrew Workman. Benson, again, cannot get out of their own way right now.
And yeah, that's, like I said, that's going to be a killer is drop passes in this 2-minute drill. Their kicker obviously cannot make a field goal from here. So they're going to have to keep trying to move this ball.
Oh, that's Brandon Arbery distance right there. That's 60-yarders. 1:15. Still plenty of time already in Trojan territory. 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats. Judd's going to take the snap. Heavy pressure. He tries to evade it, but he's not going to be able to. That's going to make it 3rd and 10. Another sack for Catalina. 3rd of the day. And again, that clock is going to start moving.
And Benson calls a timeout, so they're going to stop the clock here. And I thought he might break that sack. It looked like they had him by the jersey, and that's a bigger kid. That's hard to do.
Boy, Adrian Marquez looking pretty smart right now. That's going to give me an opportunity to thank Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. Also, thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital. They have a physical therapy department in Hereford, as well as their ones at Bisbee and Douglas, providing the highest level of patient care. Make an appointment with a doctor today, 520-432-6435. Thank you to Carol Pierce at the Haymore Real Estate Group, voted #1 realtor in Benson, Arizona, 3 years running. She's also a military relocation professional and an accredited buyer's representative. Give Carol Pierce a call, 520-977-5328. Also, a big shout out to Feed Your Chi, a holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or give them a call, 520-720-8569. Mark Teeters, if you're out there, help! Help me! I only have 3 tires on a car, and you need 4. And I'm in Benson, Arizona.
Coach Rasmussen, it's his first year, and Benson's trying to find a playoff berth under his first year.
Yeah, they're having a great year on their first-year head coach. Thank you for reminding me. I got to meet Coach Rasmussen a couple times. Really nice guy. Heavy pressure again applied by Catalina, but just going right into the hands of a Catalina defender, and thankfully through the fingers of number 9, Caden Osment. So all of a sudden we have a 4th and 10 situation. Benson might just, and they're going to just punt this ball away and be content to go into halftime, 12-12. They are going to get the ball in the second half, but nobody saw this one coming except apparently Adrian Borges.
In 12-12 going into halftime, it's uncharacteristic of Benson, but it's a bit of a toss-up in the region if Benson loses this game, and that's going to change the playoff picture and the region picture.
Oh, this game could theoretically end Benson's postseason hopes. Catalina, again, 1-5 on the year. Losing to a team like that is not going to do you any good with AIA. Very high punt. Oh, but that's going to take a Trojan bounce. Touch the ball, boys, down to the 23-yard line. 47 seconds left. Long first half. I told you, pack a lunch.
And they're going to try to knee it down. Their running backs on the table, getting stretched out, getting looked at.
Oh, I hope that kid's okay.
So
what a game he was having.
So they're probably going to have to try to kneel it out here and try to figure out what their offense is going to do in the second half without him.
If I'm Catalina, I am thrilled to be going into halftime right now, 12-12. Nobody saw this coming, especially the Benson Bobcats. Coach Rasmussen is going to have a couple of words for his team. They're going to be on that hands machine all week long next week after those drops. Especially going into that Wilcox game. That's a huge game. And they are going to try to... Oh, they got a nice run up the middle. He's pushing the pile up to the 39-yard line. That is going to move the chains.
And Benson, I will say, is one of those teams that you can never count out after a bad first half. We saw it against Phoenix Christian. 28 unanswered points. So Benson can play second half football, and that's what they're probably going to try to do here.
Israel Rivas with that last carry. 12 yards. Catalina's not done running this football. And that one's going to go up, and the ball's on the ground. Catalina does pick it back up, but they're not going to get anything out of that. Almost giving Benson a gift. That clock is going to run that. And we have another injured Trojan on the ground. He's going to get up quickly, though.
It looks like he's cramping up.
Yep, calves. Yep.
Those calf cramps are a killer.
It's almost like you've played this game or something.
Those calf cramps are definitely a killer. It makes it feel like your leg is about to fall off.
Yeah, for some reason my co-broadcaster has an innate knowledge of this game. Not too sure why. Oh, that's right, because he's a football player. Look, tell him who you play for. Tell him what you did last night.
So last night we took a win against Imagine Superstition, 51-8.
Who's we? Nobody. Tell people.
Breen Academy. Breen Academy.
The champion Breen Academy Eagles.
Yes, sir. So we took a win last night, coming off the double bye week, and it was a show. It was a movie.
I love it.
So we have a bye week this week, and then we have our senior night homecoming last week, November 1st against Western SciTech, and that's the team we played in the state championship last year.
Oh, I'd love to see it. Well, folks, it is halftime. We are going into halftime with a tied ball game, 12-12. Shocking score here in Benson, Arizona. But stick with us. We will be back in just a couple of minutes to get this second half underway. So we'll see you shortly here at Cool FM Live. All right, folks, thank you for sticking around with us here for the second half. In Benson, Arizona, home of the Bobcats, we have a 12-12 game. The Catalina Trojans and the Benson Bobcats. Unfortunately, right at the very end of that first half, Catalina's best player, number 20, Levi Samuels, went down with a knee injury. We'll see if he can return to this game. But thank you. I'm Dave Davies, joined here by Logan Seeley. Before we get the second half of football started, as the Benson Bobcats rejoin us, I'm going to thank the people that make this possible for you to watch for free on Cool FM Live. Thank you to SSVEC for serving our community. Thank you to Synergy Home Care. When you need to find care for someone you love, it's important that it feels right. Synergy provides non-medical home care for people that struggle with activities of daily living. Give them a call, 520-685-1035 to get your care service started today. Thanks to the Ed Morse Group. They'll be sponsoring all of our drive recaps for this game. Thank you to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. Thank you to the Copper Creek Community Hospital. They have a physical therapy department in Hereford as well as their ones in Bisbee and Douglas, providing the highest level of patient care. Make an appointment with a doctor today, 520-432-6435. Thank you to Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In, proud to sponsor our youth sports coverage. Wacky Pack Wednesdays, kids meals are $2.49. See you there. Corn Dog Day on Thursday. Thanks to Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, putting the boot on bugs for the last 15 years, veteran owned and operated. You can find All Pro Pest Management on Facebook. Thank you to Ginger's Titles at Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard and open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you to TMB Tire Services, based in Wilcox. I'll see you soon. Specializing in tire sales and repairs for passenger vehicles, semis, and farm equipment. Come down and see Mark Teeters, 2060 North Haskell Avenue for all your tire needs. Thank you to Sierra Vista Medical Group. When you experience injury or illness, Sierra Vista Medical Group is there. Doctors, nurses, and caregivers dedicated to getting you back to the community you love and helping you live your healthiest life. Connect with a provider today, sdmedicalgroup.org. Thank you to Swaharo Air Solutions for guaranteed honest service. Choose Swaharo Air Solutions, locally owned and operated company, offering heating and cooling system servicing, repair, and replacement, plus certified duct cleanings. Give them a call, 520-699-4237. Thank you to Feed Your Chi, a holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or give them a call, 520-720-8569. And thank you very much, friend of the program, Carol Pierce at the Haymore Real Estate Group. Give Carol a call, 520-977-5328. If you're in the market to buy or sell your next home, she's the best realtor in Benson, Arizona, 3 years in a row. You're the ones that voted her in. She's also a military relocation professional and an accredited buyer's representative. Thank you so much to Carol Pierce. So, Logan, we got the second half coming up here. 12-12 game. What'd you like and what didn't you like about Benson Bobcat football?
Obviously, I mean, their defense is playing a little bit sloppy, and so is their offense. I mean, their receivers not catching some key passes that they could be up by 20 right now.
That's correct.
So, obviously, I mean, they need to clean up their offense a little bit and their receivers. Dawson Judge played a great game. The line
he always does.
The line just needs to clean it up, allowing more pressure than needed. They've got some big boys on the line, and they need to use their size and keep the D-line out of the picture here. And so that's really going to be key for the second half. Obviously, I mean, the defense playing great. Their linebackers are going to have to step up and fill some more gaps and try to keep these breakaway runs. And for Catalina, obviously, I mean, their best players out, getting all these breakaway runs. So it could take some of the load off the Benson defense and make it a little easier. But from what we saw, I mean, they might have a guy coming in. He got 10 yards on his first carry of the day. So he could really be a threat for this Benson defense. So hopefully they can keep it together and keep their composure. And they've had a lot of pressure down the middle, so I'm not really too worried about these runs in the middle. But they're really going to have to focus on stacking the box here. With Catalina running the same formation, they haven't thrown the ball once. They've just tried to play power football on Benson.
Love it. That's why I invited the young man to join us today, because he knows a little bit about this. And yes, Coach Borquez, I see your comment. Yes, Benson, Bisbee Pumas locking up the region last night. First time in 61 years. They're a win at Tombstone away from hosting a playoff game in Bisbee, Arizona, which just doesn't happen. So wild times we're living in. Benson Bobcats, along with Wilcox and Tombstone, also trying to punch their postseason ticket as well. The Benson Bobcats have got to finish the job here today and beat Catalina, because that will severely dampen their chances of making it into the postseason.
Definitely. And I mean, Bisbee last year barely missing the playoffs. And so I'm excited to really see what Bisbee can do. It's their first-year head coach. They're 7-1, right?
Yes, sir.
And so 7-1 under a first-year head coach, I'd say that's a pretty successful season, even if it was to end today. That's a really good season for a first-year head coach taking over the program.
Yeah, they're going to the playoffs. It's just whether they'll be playing at home or not. Tombstone's going to do everything within their power to spoil it. We all know what happens when Tombstone and Bisbee get together. It is a wild affair. And Tombstone is an environment. That is a tough place to go win a football game.
Definitely. And Tombstone's coming off a win last night against Santa Rita, 56-0.
Warm-up game, yeah.
Essentially a give-me game. So now they're going to try to carry that momentum into Bisbee this week.
Yeah, that's going to be it. You're going to be at that game. I'm going to be right here in Benson, Arizona, as they host the Wilcox Cowboys with Paul and Pizzy Corner. We got to get you a broadcast partner, brother.
Definitely.
It's tough working alone.
Yes, sir. And point of last night, getting a 70-0 win against Desert View.
Oh, yeah. It's Marana week, baby. We have reached Marana week for the Buena Colts.
And that's going to be a real test. I think Marana's #1 in the open division right now, so that's out of all the teams in the state.
Yep, and Buena's been talking about Marana for 8 months. But the Benson Bobcats are going to receive this second half kick, and of course the wind has picked back up. That's going to be a short kick, let it go out of bounds. And it does, so that's going to give Benson good starting field position to start this second half. 12-12 against Catalina.
Yeah, and so Benson right now, they're going to try to get this offense rolling. It hasn't really been rolling at all so far this game. So Benson's going to have to get something together and put something together and try to take the lead here.
Yeah, I expect Dawson Judd to put this team on his back like he always does. Dawson Judd is absolutely a special player. This was Dalton Crockett's team for a long time, and Dawson Judd has taken the reins of this thing, and he looks very comfortable as the Benson Bobcats starting quarterback.
Definitely. And that was a big concern for me, is who was going to step up, who was going to play quarterback and take over this team. And he's done it seamlessly.
Yeah, no, Dawson Judd is the real deal. So he's going to lead his comrades onto the field. First possession of the second half, starting on the 35-yard line. He is going to hand that to Flint Davis up the middle. Flint Davis, and Flint Davis is gone. That's going to be tickety touchdown. Bibbity Bobcats. Flint Davis. One, give him a little spark, and there's fire. See you in the end zone.
And that's what I've been waiting on for Flint Davis. Like I've been saying all day, it's inevitable. He's going to have a breakaway run. And that's where it was, the first play of the second half.
First play out of the gates. Benson said, I've had enough of your shenanigans, Catalina. Taking the lead that they are not going to relinquish. 18-12. Let's see if they go for 2 or try to kick it. They've been going for 2 all day. And they're going to go for 2 again.
And that's what I'm saying. Benson is one of those second half teams. You can never count them out at halftime.
Oh, Coach Rasmussen, I'm sure, lit them up. Johnson just go for the 2-point conversion. Easy money. So that's going to be a converted 2-point conversion. Throwing it into David Harris. So Benson Bobcats just like that.
And that's where it's going to come down to, is Flint Davis down the middle, breaking away a touchdown on the first play of the second half.
You want to run for Flint Davis. So we'll see if number 20 for Catalina is back on that field.
And it looks like he's on the bench over there with crutches.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Elevated.
Yeah, I mean, again, after the play was over, too, you hate to see it. He just crossed the goal line and gets taken down, and that's it. And again, that is the last time we're going to see him today. So one last time, Levi Samuels, you had a heck of a day today. And only one half of football, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns.
There's so many things that could be, so that's a huge worrisome injury in the knee.
Yeah, the one injury that you can't sustain. That's going to be received at the 20-yard line by the Trojans. He's going to run that up. He's at the 35, spinning around people, but he's going to get taken down by a plethora of Bobcats at the 36-yard line, where they will have their first possession of the second half.
And weirdly enough as this is going to sound, I want to know what would happen, seeing as we're in Benson and St. David's right down the road, I want to see what would happen if Benson and St. David got together.
It's 8 versus 11, but St. David just played a top 5 team in the state last night and absolutely spanked them. Absolutely throttled them. That was the game of the year for the St. David Tigers, and they said, no, it ain't. They said, we have championship aspirations, sir. So St. David will be contending for the 1A state title this year. The Buena Colts will be contending for the 5A state title this year, and we have a handful of teams in Cochise County in 2A football that have their eyes on it as well. So first possession here for the Trojans. He's going to delay handoff, and there's nothing but Bobcats waiting for him on the line of scrimmage.
And there's the Benson defense I've been waiting for this entire game. Stuffing the middle, playing hard-nosed football. And now Benson's rolling.
Oh, yeah. Now, I expect this to be, for the rest of this game to look exactly like this. The Catalina Trojans not getting yards, and the Benson Bobcats putting up points. What the game should have looked like the entire time, but Benson, were a little sleepy today. They didn't feel like waking up until the second half, and Coach Rasmussen woke them up in a big way. Paul Pizzicorda said, great halftime speech. I'm sure it was. You're like, you know who you're playing, right? You know it's 12-12, right? All right, I'll say no more. The quarterback's a shotgun. We have not seen Joseph Martinez throw this ball yet today. And he is going to throw the ball. Heavy pressure. Interception. The Benson Bobcats. Raleigh Evans is going up the right side of the field. Raleigh Evans trying to make people miss. Raleigh Evans trying to take the whole thing back. And he's gone. Touchdown Bobcats. There is a flag on the field.
And there it is. And that looks like why they have not tried to pass the ball at all. The first pass attempt, a pick six, pending.
Let's see. Let's see. The commissioner out there. Let's see what he has to say. He'll find a way to take this away. He always does. God forbid we get these kids some big plays and we call some phantom holding call away from the play that didn't even exist. I know what he's going to call.
Oh, and that's going to be a touchdown.
Oh, I got to give the man more credit. Okay, never mind. Touchdown, Bobcats. Raleigh Evans on the pick six. And this game just got out of control really quickly.
And so
Just like that.
Benson just took a 2-touchdown lead. And that's going to be their biggest lead of the day so far. So
it's
Benson,
gonna get bigger.
That halftime speech must have really done something for the Bobcats.
Oh, they've had enough of the Catalina Trojans. Just like that. A minute and 30 seconds and we have a 2-score lead.
So Raleigh Evans, he's been a huge playmaker. And now here we go.
For the extra point. Into the wind. Oh, wind's going left to right as you're looking at it for the kicker. And he's going to miss that left. He tried to play for the win. This isn't golf. It's a football. Can't play for the win. You got to kick it down in the middle. But that doesn't matter. It's a 14-point lead for the Benson Bobcats.
And Coach Rasmussen, he's fired up over there. He is fired up.
The Ed Morris drive recap. Pick six by Raleigh Evans. Nobody on Catalina able to get him to the ground. And that's it. And I forgot about the first one. Ed Morris drive recap. One play. Flint Davis, 65 yards. See ya. So there's 2 Ed Morris drive recaps for you in 2 plays.
Yeah, this game's really gotten out of hand for the Trojans very quickly, with number 20 being out.
Oh, that's brutal. Brittany Kim saying, I'm not wrong. Those refs sometimes don't let the kids play. That's the only thing is when I've seen so many big plays taken away from these kids. These kids are, they're trying to get recruited. They're trying to, get on to their next part of their careers as well. When you're taking away 90-yard touchdowns over procedural nonsense, it gets a little hard to watch.
Definitely. And talking about recruiting, we have some guys in Southern Arizona that can go to the next level.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of them.
A handful of them. Yeah, we have a lot of them. We have a lot of talent here in Cochise County, Arizona. That's why we do this, to showcase all this talent that otherwise wouldn't be seen. Nobody cares about Cochise County. That's going to be, and that ball's through his hands. He's going to pick that up on the 5-yard line and try to get some of it back. But not much. He's going to get taken down by about 12 Bobcats. They're only allowed to have 11 at the 10-yard line. Bobcats are not playing around anymore with Catalina.
Yeah, and this is the second half Bobcats team that I was kind of waiting for at halftime. I love when they come out fired up. They come out with some energy, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
This is the Benson Bobcat team that we're going to need to see against the Wilcox Cowboys. That's a big one. Again, that's basically, if you win, you're in the playoff kind of a game coming up on Friday.
And they're gonna have their hands full trying to stop Landon Ward.
Oh, the Warden. He ran for 256 last night with 4 touchdowns.
That kid's a ball player.
He is out of control. Landon Ward is a show. But here comes that Catalina offense. Now all of a sudden down 14 points after less than 2 minutes. I don't think they're going to let Mr. Martinez. So the ball is on the ground, and that's going to be Benson football, I believe. Yes, it is. And this thing, like my ex-wife, it just got really ugly.
And they're wrapping this up pretty quick. 2 turnovers and back-to-back drives. Scoring on back-to-back drives. Benson's got it.
Yeah, no. As Paul Busy Corner, there's still 22 minutes and 17 seconds of ball game here left to play. But as Paul Busy Corner would say, all that are left are the handshakes. Now it's just time for Benson to put up some stats. And get ready for Wilcox. Johnson Judd's going to throw it into the end zone to Jason Santo. Oh, he mosses him! Jason Santo mosses 2 defenders. Touchdown, Bobcats!
That's definitely going on his highlight tape. I know he's going to watch this later and try to screen record that.
Oh, he mossed him. Johnson Judd threw a perfect ball, and he just jumped right over 2 defenders and took it home with him. 32-12, and we're not even 2 minutes into the third quarter.
And that's the frame on him. He's over 6 feet tall. He's got a defender on him that can't keep up with him size-wise. And that's what I've been waiting on, too.
Oh, man, this got ugly. Let's see, the wind has died down. Let's see if we can get this kick through the uprights, and we do. That's going to be 33-12. Quickly, Benson on top of Catalina.
And that's 21 points in less than 2 minutes into this game.
Wow, just like that. And we are done here in Benson, Arizona. Logan, we can call it over. We can get out of here. This one is done.
In Catalina now, they're playing for morale.
Oh, yeah, again, you're 12-12 at halftime. You're loving your life as a Catalina Trojan. And all of a sudden, the wheels have just fallen off like my car.
And now Catalina's going to get this ball back and try to get their offense going. Obviously, a tough injury. Once again, I can't say it enough. That kid was their player.
Yeah. We only do Friday night lights in Benson, Arizona. I've never been on top of this booth in the daytime, and I'm just now seeing the view that we have behind us in that backdrop. It is gorgeous up here. That ball is going to be kicked, low kick, picked up. Oh, he's going to pick it up, touch it, it goes out of bounds. They're going to start this next drive on the 17-yard line. Hopefully it makes it more than 2 plays.
And it looked like it could have just rolled out of bounds. He really didn't have to touch it.
Yeah.
So he lost some free yardage there.
About 17 of them. You're absolutely right. Wow, it is gorgeous up here.
And about this backdrop, I do love this backdrop, but I will say, I've been to Tombstone. I used to go there. Practicing in Tombstone during the sunset has to be the most beautiful backdrop I've ever seen in high school football.
Very nice. We did a game in Tucson, Catalina Foothills. We did a basketball game. If you've never been to Catalina Foothills, that facility is insane. They have a view over all of Tucson. It is crazy. And it's going to be a handoff to start this drive. He's going to get about 5 yards. Nice run. Can't get a number on him. They have 4 running backs, didn't mind the quarterback. So one of the Catalina Trojans. Oh, okay, Israel Rivas. The PA announcer's got my back.
And it looked like the Catalina O-line was really carrying that play. I saw some pancake blocks on some of the Benson defenders, and that's something I really haven't seen all year, is Benson defenders on their back, and that was the first time I've seen it.
Okay, Catalina is bringing a little anger to this drive. They're like, all right, well, now we've had enough. We're going to try to get some of this back now. This has got really out of control. 2nd and 5. That's going to be a delayed handoff. He's not going to get much, about 2 yards. Going to set up 3rd and 3.5.
In Catalina now, they're going to continue to try to power the ball. They saw that passing the ball isn't going to work on this Benson defense. They're outmatched on the receivers. And now their safety's stepping up into the box.
Yeah, Benson is not worried about the aerial attack of the Catalina Trojans anymore.
And that's really something that hasn't been a killer for Benson, is their pass defense. Their pass defense has been on locks all year.
Anthony Ramirez, I don't know what I said, but he said that was funny. I know, I tried my best. I'm known for a quip or two every once in a while. That's why I make the big bucks. By big bucks, I mean no bucks. And That's a timeout, Catalina. Not what you need down 3 scores. You're going to need those timeouts if you have any illusions of coming back in this football game.
And so it looked like their quarterback was in the gun there.
Yeah, they were going to throw that ball.
So they were completely ready to air that out with trips. And so I wonder if he called a timeout to try and try to push it back.
Now that timeout is brought to you by Carol Pierce at the Haymore Real Estate Group. Give her a call, 520-977-5328. She's the best realtor in Benson, Arizona. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, Carol is who you need to call. She's also a military relocation professional and an accredited buyer's representative. So thank you so much to Carol Pierce, friend of the program. Also, a big shout out to Feed Your Chi, a holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or give them a call, 520-720-8569.
Yeah, and so Benson, I mean, they're coming out hot. They're coming out really fired up. And the Trojans look like they're just down.
Well, again, Catalina came out with that first run trying to punch Benson in the mouth. Like he said, a couple of pancake blocks. But they're going to have to start throwing this ball with Martinez. That is their only option to coming back in this game. But Joseph Martinez, 1 throw, 1 interception. And he is going to try a quick hit, and that's over the hands of number 5.
So you know it's a bad sign when a screen pass goes incomplete because it's off target.
Oh wait, that was 2 Joseph Martinez, so they might have another player playing quarterback. So I'll have to try and get a look and see who's playing QB right now. But it is going to be 4th and 4.
And
they're going to punt it.
It looks like they're going to punt it here. And I believe that's Raleigh Evans back.
Oh boy, you don't want to see that one. I want to keep it away from that guy, number 4.
My question is if he'll even be able to get it back to him.
Yeah, their punt game has not been the strongest. Man, that's the best punt of the day so far. Raleigh Evans is going to field that at the 47-yard line and get taken down immediately. Big stick by number 10. Oh, here we go again. Adalberto Torres with a big stick on Raleigh Evans. They're going to start this drive on the 46-yard line.
So now Benson, they're in their own territory, but I don't think that's really something you're going to have to worry about.
No, down and this is not an issue for this team. I'm wondering if after another touchdown there, we'll start the mercy clock here in Benson, Arizona. Because Benson is looking to score quickly again. Home run hitting so far here in the second half. Judd's going to hand that off to Flint, and there he goes up the middle again. Flint Davis with another huge run, 25-yard gainer into Trojan territory, right about the 31-yard line. 30-yard gainer.
Yeah, he's their running back. He's going to be their guy.
Huge run for Flint Davis, all of a sudden 100 yards in the second half. Just like that. Judd's going to roll to his right, looking downfield, doesn't have anything open. Tried to get it to Raleigh Evans, but that's going to be out of bounds. So 2nd and 10. Good coverage there by the Trojans.
Yeah, it looked like there was no receivers open. It looked like he was looking for David Harris on the end, and he just couldn't find him. And so now Benson is going to have a 2nd and 10.
Benson Bobcats lining up 2nd and 10. Dawson Judd calls for the ball. Quick out to the right side to David Harris. And David Harris breaks the man. David Harris is gone. Touchdown Bobcats.
And this is like the Bobcats offense I saw last week that was just rolling.
Yeah, this is getting embarrassing out here. Catalina Trojans, just all of a sudden, this has turned into a slaughterhouse.
12-12 at halftime, and now 39-12, less than 5 minutes into the second half.
I said, folks, for those of you that can't get out to a haunted house or a haunted hayride, you got a horror movie taking place right in front of you right now.
So now they're going to try to make this extra point and make it 40.
Last kick was successful. Let's see what he's got here. And that's going to be good as well, I believe. Yes, it is. 40-12. Just like that. Benson over Catalina. Let's get that mercy clock rolling. Poor Catalina. Best player sitting over there with one leg. Probably upset.
Yeah, that's definitely a shame that he's down. I mean, now the Catalina offense is
non-existent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, just like that, 40-12. And unfortunately, I don't see this getting any better for the Catalina Trojans. They can't throw the ball.
Right. Benson's having a game in the second half.
Well, what second half? We only played 4 minutes. They're never getting a touchdown a minute right now. That scoreboard's going to need to have triple digits on it. Excuse me, they're averaging a touchdown in a minute 4. Excuse me. And that's going to be a kick to the 15-yard line. He's going to get taken down after about a 14-yard return down to the 29-yard line. The Catalina Trojans are going to try to get something going here. But so far, nothing in the second half but turnovers and despair.
Yeah, so I want to see if they're going to try to pass the ball again. Now that they don't have a running back that can run the ball and power this ball through the Bobcats, I want to see if they're going to try to pass this ball and air it out a little bit.
Again, I want to try to get a number on the quarterback because that last pass was to Martinez. And it doesn't look like Martinez is the... Not sure. All right, number 5 is under center again. Okay, so Martinez will remain the quarterback. That's a trick play on that one, I guess. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle, yard and a half at best. 2nd and 8.
And that's what Benson does the best on defense, is defend the middle.
Yeah, tough team to run the ball against. But again, they're going to have the toughest test next week when number 24 comes into town, Mr. Ward.
Yeah.
The Landon Ward has taken over 2A football. He wants player of the year. He wants the whole thing.
Yeah, it's going to be him and number 3 down in Bisbee fighting for that award.
Yeah. Landon Ward is tired of hearing the name Sebastian Lopez. He's like, it's Landon Ward's time. Lopez, though, even the Tanque Verde coach came up to me last night. He's like, number 3? I'm like, yeah, he's a problem. And he was. So 2nd and 8, hands it off. Nothing there waiting for him but Bobcats. 3rd and 8. Again, that's where we start talking about that mercy clock, where if it's going to look like this for the second half, let's get these kids out of here before anybody else gets injured.
Definitely, that's going to be a huge thing, is trying to keep Benson healthy and trying to keep Catalina healthy for their next 2 games.
Yeah, the number 1 goal in a high school football game is not winning, is not losing, it is keeping everybody healthy. So we already lost 1 today. Let's keep it at that.
Definitely. So Benson, they're starting to move their safety up into the box, so I don't think they're really worried about this pass threat at all.
No, Catalina doesn't look like they have any intention on throwing this ball. Man in motion. Quarterback keeper to the left side. Martinez fighting for it. He's going to come up about a yard short. This has got to be a situation where Catalina is going to go for it.
Number 4, Raleigh Evans with the tackle.
Yeah, so now it's 4th and 1. 4th and about a half a yard. So now they're going to have to power this ball down the middle against a Benson defense that's overloaded in the middle and stacks the middle.
Yeah, only a half a yard. Let's see if the Trojans can get it, because if not, they're going to give Dawson Judd the ball back inside the 40.
Yeah, Dawson Judd, he's electric in the other team's territory, and he always has been.
5-10 and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. 40-12. Benson over Catalina. Let's see if they can get this half a yard. They're going to try. He is going to leap forward and get the first down. So signs of life for the Catalina Trojans.
Yeah, and it looked like he just jumped over the huge pile up in the middle and fought for that first down because he really wanted it.
Well, no mercy clock yet. The clock stops as they move the chains. I don't know what it takes to tell you that this game is going to be over, but
It looks like this game's been over since the first play of the second half.
That is 100% correct. 165-yard run from Flint Davis told us everything we needed to know about the halftime speech from Coach Rasmussen. So, new set of downs for Catalina. Man in motion. And there is, oh, that just fell apart. Instantly blown up on that play right there. That's going to be Andrew Workman again.
Yeah, there was no time to even try to fake a handoff. He was wrapped up with the ball still extended.
On the tackle for the Cats, number 63.
Yeah, we've seen that multiple times today where the Bobcats are in the backfield before the ball is even handed off.
One of these plays, I'm waiting to see if they can force a fumble before the ball is handed off. And if they run a toss, try to see if they can intercept the toss.
Yeah. Jump the snap and just take it right out of his hands. It's showcase time now for the Benson Bobcats. Remind Wilcox of what they're walking into here. Man, we got some good teams around here. All four of them in 2A football are so fun to watch. They tried it. They tried to intercept the handoff into the backfield before the ball even gets to the running back, the Benson Bobcats.
It's almost weird to see that all the 2A football teams in Cochise County are in the playoff contention right now. It reminds me of baseball a little bit.
Yeah, where everybody was actually in the playoffs. They actually should have had 3 of the final 4. Tombstone, with that heartbreaking loss in that, because it should have been Tombstone, Benson, and Bisbee in that final 4. And Wilcox for the upset of the century against AIA in the baseball tournament.
So now I'm glad to see that football is catching up to baseball in Cochise County.
Yes, you're absolutely right, because we are a baseball-dominated county, and all of a sudden everybody, this is the opposite of what happened last year. 3rd and 10, nothing, absolutely nothing, and the ball might be on the ground. It might be another turnover for the Bobcats. Even if it isn't, it's 4th and 10. So either way, not good for the... And
that's Bobcats ball.
Football. Another turnover here in the second half. The wheels have completely fallen off for the Catalina Trojans.
Yeah, and these coaches are excited. He's definitely showing that his halftime speeches are some of the best in the county. And I kind of want to be in the locker room for one.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That turnover brought to you by Swaharo Air Solutions of Sierra Vista. Give them a call, 520-699-4237, and hear about the furnace installation and duct cleaning specials. And here goes Dawson Judd with the ball in the 40. You know what that means. It's coming. Like Thanos, it's inevitable. Judd's going to call for the ball, roll out to his left. Good pressure by the Trojans. And they're going to throw him down. Big tackle. Let's get me a name here. Number 2, Nathan Gastelum. Second time I've called his name out today.
Lost a 2 on the play.
Yeah, so hopefully those sacks don't continue. I think that's the fourth one of the night.
4th sack.
Of the afternoon.
I know, it's tough. When do we play Saturday daytime football? 2 minutes on the clock and ticking. Judd calls for the ball, hands it off to Flint. Oh, Catalina's stepping up over there for a negative play. So that's going to be 3rd and 13 for the Bobcats.
And that's a rare sight to see Flint Davis go down behind the line and not fight for 2 or 3 more yards.
I like to see the fight out of the Trojans, though. You know, it's the game. The season's gotten away from them, but still fighting. They could just hang their heads and let Flint score again, and they decided not to do that.
It definitely reminds me of the St. David Pablo game earlier in the year.
Bobby Kivery. Judd's looking. He's got a man wide open on the right side. It's going to be Raleigh Evans. Raleigh Evans is going to get the first down. Catalina had a chance to get Benson off the field. It did not take advantage of it. Bobcat ball on the 25.
And it looked like the loss of a yard really didn't seem to make a difference to this Benson offense.
No mercy clock yet. But we are at 1:17, and it has been almost penalty-free here in the second half. Oh, I did it again. It's like Candyman, don't say it. Still fighting for Catalina. A new set of downs for the Bobcats. Judd's looking, pressure all over me. Avoids the pressure. He's gotten so good at doing that. Completes the pass to David Harris. 5-yard gain.
So he's going to drag his toes inbounds. And David Harris now kind of picking up not dropping that. If it was the first half, he more than likely would have dropped that.
Oh, yeah, no, the drop skis are done for the Bobcats. Rasmussen said, you'll be running all night. You drop another football.
2nd and 5.
So 2nd and 5 on the 20-yard line for the Benson Bobcats. Judd, that looked like a false start, and it was. That's going to make it 2nd and 10. Moved just a little. Andrew Workman moved a little early on that one.
Yeah, he was excited to get the ball. He heard his name called in the huddle.
You're right.
He heard his name called in the huddle, and he was itching to get that.
Absolutely right. Logan Seeley, ladies and gentlemen. The kid's still in high school, okay? He's got a future.
He was trying to add his name to the box score here.
Yeah, I want to be a tunner too. It's like Oprah out there. Who wants a touchdown? Dawson Judd's going to fake the hit up to Flint Davis. Going to keep that himself. Again, when he runs the ball, he gets first down, even though I think he might have been a half a yard short on this one.
He can look for contact, and he can make cuts, and that's a dynamic quarterback right there.
Dawson Judd, love to see it. And he is only a junior, so he's going to have a senior year of this. And for his first year as a starting quarterback, he looks all the part.
I'm definitely excited to keep up with him during college.
Dawson Judd's going to hand it out to Flint Davis up the middle. Flint Davis runs over a guy. Beast mode. Touchdown, Bobcats. He just ran through that safety. That poor kid took a shoulder to the grill. Flint Davis, give him a spark and he makes fire. Touchdown, Bobcats.
That's Flint Davis football, hard-nosed running, trucking a kid to try and add himself another one to the box score.
Truck stick for Flint Davis. Oh, you saw it coming too. The poor safety was on his heels. He didn't have a prayer. 46-12 extra point coming in.
It's hard to see Flint Davis running downhill when you know what's coming.
Oh man, he trucked that kid. And that's going to be another successful extra point. So that's going to make it 47-12. So we got a mossing, we got a truck stick, we got a home run. We got everything today from the Benson Bobcats. That time, the Ed Morris recap of that play was a big, giant Flint Davis run up the middle for 45 yards with a truck stick to finish it. So that's the Ed Morris Automotive Group drive recap.
Yeah, so now with that carry, I think he's over 160.
Flint Davis stat padding out there at this point. As always, these games are brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Thank you for serving our community. Also, thank you to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. Also, a big shout out to the Copper Green Community Hospital. Make an appointment with a physical therapy doctor today at 520-432-6435. 26 seconds left in the third quarter, and this one is over. But that's going to be a return from the 17-yard line. He's trying to go up the middle with it. He gets it to about the 33, where Catalina will take over with a new set of downs and a new possession. All of a sudden, down 35 points after one quarter.
Yeah, Benson really took this game out of Catalina's hands in this third quarter and just showed that they're the better team here completely.
Again, surprising first half. Catalina Trojans can hang their heads on that one. But yeah, the better team has shown up. And it is the Benson Bobcats. They say, we're doing with this one. Give us the Cowboys.
Yeah, Benson, now I think they can start kind of looking ahead. I think we might see some subs in on the defensive side of the ball, on offense with their quarterbacks changing a little bit like last week.
Yeah, it's time to give Judd and company some rest. They've earned it with an onslaught here in the third quarter. Like I said, it's a horror movie. It is for the Trojans. They're going to hand that off. And the ball's on the ground. Benson has recovered the football. Another turnover. We are done here, my friends. That is another turnover. Benson has got the ball. And Catalina, they're just hanging their heads at this point. There's nothing they can do. That's about that. 4 turnovers in the third quarter, I believe.
Yeah. It looked like he scooped that ball up with one hand and just brought it in.
Yeah, nothing going right today for the Catalina Trojans.
Looks like the coverage what we saw was number 28, Tyler Russian.
Oh, Tyler Russian, a name we don't hear a lot. Number 28 picking up that fumble. So, like you said, everybody getting into this one.
Yeah, so Judd's going to be on the sideline here. They're going to leave another quarterback out to do this drive for them. Number 5.
Steven Deskins. Another Deskins. It's a factory. A factory in Benson, Arizona. Deskins is going to hand that off to Flint Davis. Flint Davis, another huge run. 20-yard gainer down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, so now he's knocking on the door of 200.
That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter, 47-12. The Bobcats over the Trojans. That's going to give me an opportunity to thank a couple of people that make this possible for you on Cool FM Live. Don't forget that we have a YouTube page now as well. Go smash that subscribe button. We also have a Cool FM sports page. So go check out all of those. But thank you very much to Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In. Proud to sponsor our youth local sports coverage. Coming to Sonic every Wednesday for Wacky Pack Wednesday. Kids meals are only $2.49 with no limit. Also thanks to Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, putting the boot on bugs for the last 15 years. Number 1 in Cochise County is voted on by you. You can find All Pro Pest Management on Facebook. And thanks to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, the one with the pink door. They're now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Save the wait at the DMV. So I don't need the book when I do that. After you do this for years and years, you know, you start remembering them all. Like, for example, book closed. Thanks to Sierra Vista Medical Group. They're all doctors, nurses, and caregivers dedicated to getting you back to the community you love. Make an appointment with a provider today, svmedicalgroup.org. Have I done this once or twice?
Yeah, so this Benson team, they're playing lights out in the second half. They're about to score again.
Yeah, they're down to the 20-yard line after another big Flint Davis run. Now, can we please get that mercy clock running so we can get out of here healthy? We got bigger fish to fry. Or bigger Cowboys to catch, I should say.
And we'll see if the Bobcats can catch the Cowboys next week.
Oh, that's going to be a big one, and that's why I'm going to be here. And you get Bisbee Tombstone. Oh, you haven't done one of those.
Oh, that one.
It gets a little, it's a little rough out there.
I've played in one of those, and
Okay.
playing in those is a rough game to play in. It's a tough environment to be in.
Yes, it is. So let's see what Deskins has. That's going to be a handoff to Workman. Workman wants that touchdown so bad, and there it is. Touchdown, Bobcats. Workman gets his touchdown.
And that's the same play that they called earlier when he got the false start. And now he's going to get into the box score. Andrew Workman, he's had a day on defense, and now there's his reward on offense, getting a touchdown on the board. And somebody in the chat said the Bobcats 9U football team won this morning against the Dolphins in Oro Valley, and they're going to go to the championship.
Oh, congratulations, baby Bobcats. Congratulations. Even the youth football is killing it around here. You know, Sierra Vista culture in the playoffs, 12 and under. And an extra point is up and no good. Oh, well, 53-12. What are you going to do?
Yeah, and that's one of those things I've really seen over the last few years is the rise of football in Cochise County. And I think we have, and I may be a little biased, but I think the 2025 class this year is probably one of the best I've seen consistently over the last 3 years.
Yeah, again, there's some young stars around here. Let's see, the Ed Morse Automotive Group drive recap. A big 20-yard run from Flint Davis, and then Andrew Workman finished the job on a sweep play. As Logan correctly pointed out, that they've tried to use a couple of times this half.
And so now Benson's going to try to kick this ball off, and they're really going to lead to nothing for this offense here.
I love high school stadium DJs. They're playing a song right now that was literally made 20 years before my co-broadcaster was born. It's like, you know, these kids have never heard these songs, right?
Yeah, so sometimes they'll play songs that I didn't even know existed here.
Heavy D and the boys coming out of the radio. Here comes the kickoff from Benson in this blowout. 10 minutes on the clock. He's going to receive that thing at the 15-yard line. He's trying to make a couple people miss. It's a 15-yard return up to the 30 for the Trojans.
And one thing I will say about that return is personally, I know if Coach Hampton was one of the coaches for Catalina right now, he'd be livid about not tucking the ball while you're running.
After all those turnovers, you're absolutely right. It's Coach Champton. We call him Champton.
And that's one of those things that comes down to coaching, and that could be what the downfall is in the second half, is things like that.
Ken Logan Seeley, my friends. This is my first broadcast without my with either by myself or without my best friend Paul Busy Quarter, and I couldn't have picked a better co-broadcaster to do it with. So here we are, Catalina Trojans looking to just get out of this thing, and he's going to get 1 yard, 2 yards on the run, 2nd and 8. Clock is running 9 minutes and ticking.
And there's the mercy clock we've been waiting on this entire second half.
Like you said, it was over after the first play.
Yeah, it's gotten out of hand pretty quick here.
41 points scored in 14 minutes of football. Wow. We get treated as some shows around these parts. Again, a mossing, a truck stick, a couple of home runs. From the other side, too, Catalina had 2 of them. An 80-yarder and a 60-yarder.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some plays for Catalina that made me question who they are.
And that's going to be a quarterback keeper from number 9. So we do have a different quarterback in there for Catalina. That is going to be Caden Osmond.
Brings out 3rd down.
Maybe it was just that one play, or maybe Caden Osmond has taken over duties from Joseph Martinez and looks to be the latter.
And I really hope somebody can fill those shoes. Those are big shoes to step into. And hopefully it's really just not a major injury and he can continue to play.
Yeah, that's all we can pray for. I hate seeing it, especially I dealt with it when I was in 10th grade. I lost my entire left leg, didn't walk for a year. ACL, MCL, and broken joint. That's a good time. That's going to be handed off up the middle. Nothing gained there. So it's going to be 4th down and about 2. They're going to go for this.
Yeah, Benson in the middle. They've been playing lights out all game. And it looks like Catalina's really only touchdowns have been on the outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are the stretch and the counter plays for the Catalina Trojans? Yeah, I mean, they just keep trying A/B capping on the Benson Bobcats, and as you pointed out several times, that ain't going to work. And we know, it says Wilcox, we know that they run a lot of deceptive counters and stretches, so the Benson Bobcat defense is going to be tested. Everybody on the line for the Bobcat defense, and they are going to shut it down. Turnover on downs for the Bobcats, and the clock will just run out here. So 6:51 and ticking, so we have about 7 minutes of football left. One last time, please let me thank friend of the program, Carol Pierce at the Haymore Real Estate Group in Benson, Arizona. Best realtor in Benson, voted 3 times #1 by you folks. Give Carol a call, 520-977-5328. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, she is the best at assisting you in doing that. Also, thank you to Feed Your Chi, holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or give them a call, 520-720-8569. Thank you so much to those 2 sponsors.
Yeah, and Benson, they had a lot of their backups in on defense last drive, and they were still making stops.
That's wild. That's going to be a handoff. We have a new running back, but same results. He's going to get about 9 yards, and that's going to be Renee Lorda. So his first action of the day, Renee Lorda is averaging 9 yards a carry just like that.
Yeah, and this Benson running back room has a huge future coming.
Oh, wow. We just saw it. Backup running back goes in there, same result, 9 yards. Steven Deskin's a quarterback. Renee Lord is sitting next to him. He's in shotgun, trips bunch right. Deskins calls for it. Looks comfortable back there. Looking to throw the ball downfield, a little overthrown. But he was trying to connect with Wayne Stark. He looks pretty comfortable rolling out of that pocket.
He does. And that's going to be a huge future for the Bobcats coming up.
Oh, shout out for my co-broadcaster in the chat. Doss Moving and Storage says, Logan Seeley. Yeah, the kid doesn't leak.
And so Catalina here, they showed that they can't match up with Benson's backup receivers too.
Oh boy. And that's going to be a handoff to Renee Lorda up the left side. He's going to get the first down, and Catalina Trojans coaches are livid right now.
chains for the Cats.
I actually don't know what's going on. They're shoving each other over there.
Yeah, I have no clue what's going on over there.
They're literally, the coaches are shoving each other. Maybe they're trying to show the players, simulate what they should be doing. I'm not sure. These things are falling apart over there. Let's get this game over with. 4 minutes and picking. Deskins wants his own touchdown. That's going to be an end-around play.
Number 28, Tyler Russian.
Tyler Russian. He's making people miss. He's trying to get there. Touch. Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
Come on.
It looked like he couldn't stretch the ball out in time, and he's upset he didn't get that one.
Oh, so is the crowd. Tyler Russian is this crowd's favorite player. Every time his name gets mentioned, they go crazy. Oh, he was 6 inches short. Give the kid the tutter.
I wanted him to get that one. I grew up with him, and seeing him play now, it's electric.
Oh, give him back the ball. And they're going to end around. There goes Rushton. Touchdown!
And there we go.
Tyler Rushton getting on the board, too. Everybody gets a touchdown. It's like Oprah out here, like I said. You get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown.
Yeah, and so now the Bobcats are knocking on the door of 60.
59-12. Benson Bobcats, after a scary first half, 12-12, they said, "Man, hold my drink. I got something for you."
So now he's going to try to kick this
70.
straight through and get this to 60.
Or 60, excuse me. And that is good. 60-12. The Benson Bobcats over the Catalina Trojans. And the fans are awake. And the stands did end up filling up, like they almost always do.
And that's 48 unanswered points that the Bobcats have scored.
And that's with a mercy clock, I might add, through the fourth quarter. So the only thing that's going to stop this thing from being 80-12 is that running clock.
Yeah, without this running clock, I don't know what the score would even be.
And coaches are like, "I'm putting in other kids. Hold on. I'm going to try to call them off as they come on in there. Who do I got over there?" The 43,
yes,
Colin
sir.
Walls. Colin Walls checking into the game. I haven't called Buck Garrett's name today.
Yeah, that's a strange sight.
43. Wait, I got two 43s on my roster. That might be Buck Garrett, too. No, Buck Garrett's 55. Yeah, so that's Colin Walls. So I got a number. Trying to get the numbers of all these kids out. I got a 34 running around out there. It's going to be Johnny Villegas. I got a 36, Jacob Hackett out there on the field. Number 80, another Deskins, Colton Deskins. That's going to be received at the 15-yard line. He's got to go north to south with that thing. Oh, no, he's going to cut it out to the edge. A nice return for the Catalina Trojans. Taken out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Signs of life.
Yeah, and it's good to see that he took the ball this time. Maybe he heard me up here telling him to.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Alexander on the return, so good return for Catalina. Minute and 14, and now all that's going to be left are the friendly handshakes after the game. So as they run out this clock, I'm just going to very quickly thank the people that made this possible for me today. Thank you for joining us on Cool FM Live. Thank you, Logan Sealer, for joining me. Thank you to SSVEC for serving our community. Big shout out to Synergy Home Care, friends of the program. Thanks to Ed Morse Automotive Group. Thank you very much to BARNETT'S Towing and Propane, serving our community since 1963. Thanks to the Copper Queen Community Hospital. Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In, Wacky Pack Wednesdays, 249 Kids Meals, Big Mike, Hall Pro Pest Management, Best in the Business, Ginger's Title Services in Sierra Vista, saves the wait at the DMV, TMB Tire Services in Wilcox. I'll be seeing you on Monday. Teeters, Mark Teeters. Thanks to Sierra Vista Medical Group, longtime sponsor. Thank you to Feed Your Chi, a holistic wellness company that provides customized health plans for individuals and companies that need them. You can find Feed Your Chi on social media or call them at 520-720-8569. And thank you very much, friend of the program, Carol Pierce at the Haymore Real Estate Group. Give her a call, 520-977-5328. She's a military relocation professional and an accredited buyer's representative, as well as being the best real estate agent in Benson, Arizona. And that is it. Catalina Trojans, thank you for making the trip. Get home safe. Logan, the Benson Bobcats, my friend.
Yeah, it was a show. It was a show the entire second half for the Bobcats. And now they're going to have to look forward to playing Wilcox on Friday night.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Benson Wilcox, who you got?
Bobby, you choose.
I think Wilcox is going to take that.
Ooh, I love it. No hesitation. Bisbee Tombstone, who you got?
I think Bisbee's going to take it. I mean,
All
I
right.
love Tombstone, but I think Bisbee's just going to overpower him. Last year was a close game, and I think this year Bisbee's really setting themselves apart from the rest of the region.
Semi-final game.
Love it. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Again, I'm Dave Davies, joined by Logan Seeley today. My friends, we'll see you Tuesday morning for our sports show. Have a safe and wonderful weekend.